thoughts on that?
Yeah, we're good now.
What about that one? That one's going too?
Yeah, that one's going.
Alright. So you just manage it that way and then bring it towards us.
Alright, we're good.
Alright, Shalom. We the Hebrew Israelites, we come out every week to bring out the words of the Holy Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's who we want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Shem Rakakadash, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father, the name of His only begotten Son, who ruled in the Father Christ, the name of the Holy Spirit. We want to give a double honor to the elder apostles of the great millstone, who knew well that taught us this truth. And much love, greetings, and salutation to all the fellow laborers throughout the four corners of the earth, right, all the different countries. And you see brothers out here keeping this truth, this gospel, and all great boldness, standing up stiffly for the name of the Lord's sake. All right, that's what we come out here to do, to wake up our people, the people that you see on the sign, the 12 tribes of Israel, which consist of you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay? To you is the word of salvation preached. And that's what we come out here for, man. You heathens, you have nothing to do with this.
Right.
The only thing that you can stand and listen to is your judgment.
That's right.
All right, but outside of that, we came out here to bring the word of prophecy to you, man. Give me Jeremiah 28:8. All right, and this is how you could tell who the real prophets are, who the Lord sent. Okay, we ain't out here to sing songs with you. Okay, we're not out here to pass around a collection plate. All right, we're not out here for a motivational speech. We're out here to bring out the word, thus saith the Lord, man.
No soup kitchens.
Exactly. We ain't got a box of sneakers to start giving out to people. Okay, this ain't none of that. This ain't no welfare office. None of that, man. It's strictly the word, man. That's what we out here to do. Go ahead, Adi.
This Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesy against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
That's what the real prophets did. All right, they were messengers sent by the Heavenly Father, which the Lord put His Holy Spirit upon them to go out there and declare to Israel to repent and come from out of their wicked ways, because the Lord is getting ready to do something to that particular kingdom.
That's right.
Every time there was an empire that rose up and we ended up in slavery and captivity, before the Lord brought the end of that society, He sent out His prophets to go out there and wake you up and tell you to repent, because the Lord's getting ready to judge it. He's going to bring war. He's going to bring a pestilence. He's going to bring the sword.
Great evil.
Calamity, man. Evils. All right, bad times are coming. Okay? We ain't out here to make you feel good. We ain't out here to tickle your ego. Okay? We ain't out here to give you any false vain hopes either, man. All right? And we don't care how you feel emotionally. It's all about exalting the word of the Most High, man. There's no respecter of persons. Okay, so, hey, the prophets before, what did they teach? Of war, of evil, and of pestilence, man. All you gotta do is turn on the television, man. Or at least, the hell with the television, because you on the internet more than you on the TV. Or on social media. Hey, there's so many alerts and news articles coming out every day on what's happening around the world. But you people are too blinded, and all you witnessing and watching is entertainment, bread and circuses. That is the Roman Empire all over again. All right, that's why it misses you. But see, hey, we're your real newscasters, man. We're showing you the forecast. We're letting you know what's getting ready to come down the pipe for you people.
We're your weatherman.
Yep.
We're your spiritual advisor. Your spiritual tour guides.
Yep.
We're all of these things unto you. We give you the real uncut truth. How better can you serve somebody but by giving them the truth?
Yeah.
The truth about it, lying to somebody ain't helping them.
Yeah.
You know, we ain't worried about what you 2/3 of you heathen are thinking about. We're concerned about the elect getting the truth and waking up to it.
That's right. Yeah. And we're prophets. And what does a prophet do? A prophet prophesies, which means to tell before. All right. So we're telling you Israelites the things that are to come before they happen. So you won't have no excuse in that day. All right. When the day of tribulation happens, when the Jacob trouble takes place, You won't have an excuse, all right, for we never heard this word, okay? I had a pre real quick for someone that haven't.
This is Isaiah 58:1. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
Yeah. That's what you ultimately, all the prophets, the servants, they would basically be raised up to tell Israel, hey man, repent, come back to Heavenly Father, man. Feel sorrowful for your wicked deeds. Come up out of them idols, man. Quit all the idol worship. Quit acting like a damn heathen, man. But Jake, they so comfortable, feeding their flesh that they can't even see that the Most High is trying to give them a way out.
Can I say this? But if you look at it, the problem with the 2/3 specifically of our nation, they can't see and they don't know a higher form of life to live. But that's what this word gives you. This word gives you a higher form of life to live. It comes at a great price and a great responsibility, especially being righteous in a wicked society. But it's still a higher, more complex way to live. And I don't mean complex in negativity. I mean complex in the glory and beauty of it, where you're paying attention of what foods you're cooking. You're paying attention to the things that's happening in the earth, not just social media and whatever the media puts out before you to pay attention to. But you can see things on a higher level. And that's what this Bible brings into our focus. We're putting these things we see into real events and prophecy that it'll come to pass, and what focus is heading towards.
Bro, what it does is it helps you read between the lines.
Yeah.
So you see something in the news, and you can see the spiritual side, or you can see the wickedness in it. Mm-hmm. That's what this truth does to you. It does for you. It opens up your spiritual eyes, where you see something and it says, well, damn, that's like the mark of the beast, or that's a prelude to the mark of the beast.
Oh, that's a prelude to World War III.
Yeah,
I see that this shooting down of this drone over in Iran, that's going to lead to World War III.
Yep.
That Persia, now we're looking at Persia changing into themselves into Iran, but still lining up with the scriptures.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have a chance to see on a more complex level with more insight, if you will, to be able to see the things that Heavenly Father is coming to bring to pass. I got the Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 17. It says, "Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me."
Give them warning, meaning alert them, man. Scream on them if you got to. Cuss their ass out. Get them to look up, man, and to pay attention, man. Awake, man. Okay? Hey, when you're sitting on a watchtower, you're sitting on an exalted position where you can overlook things that the people on ground level, they can't see.
The vantage point is heightened.
Yeah.
Where you have a better view of the big picture.
Yeah. Like for example, it's a carnal example, but nevertheless, like a lifeguard. A lifeguard, it's a reason why they have to sit up on that seat, on that podium above everybody else on the shore, because at least when they're sitting up there, they have the view to look further out into the ocean and see if there's any type of danger. If there's they see any shark fin, rising above the water.
So sometimes
they see somebody get caught way out into the ocean, getting sucked out. Those what they call them, those
rip tide.
Yeah, the rip tide. Yeah, man, the tides, man.
Yeah.
Because they have that advantage point to be able to look.
And usually to be a lifeguard, especially at the beach, you learn to watch the most in the ocean. You learn to watch how the tides recede and come in and out. Yeah, because when it's receding out, it can snatch people out there, take them into deeper waters.
Yep.
So they're from a vantage point to foresee the danger, just like the men of the Lord are. Yeah. We can foresee through the power of Yahweh Shem Shai. We've been given the sight to see the dangers coming and then warn the people about it. For those Israelites that are to wake up, particularly speaking to the elect directly.
That's right, man.
You still reading, right, bro?
No, I would just let y'all want more.
What is the one where it says stand up on the watchtower?
I think I got it. No.
It might might be Habakkuk, maybe like the first or second chapter. I think it's Habakkuk. It might be like 1.
Yep. It's Habakkuk 2 and 1.
I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what shall I answer when I am reproved.
Yeah, man. You know, whatever the Most High told him, he's gonna go out there and he's gonna speak to Israel, man. You know, but you gotta. So basically, to be a watchman, you gotta be on duty, man. You gotta be on your shift, and you gotta be well awake, well awoken, man. You can't be falling asleep. You can't get drowsy. You can't be yawning. You gotta be totally active, man.
You gotta be alert and aware at all times.
Exactly. You know, it's I mean, it's like we're staying on duty. We're staying up and watching, while Jake is just drunk and they just I don't want to give a damn what this damn security guy's talking about, man. You trying to get
You don't know nothing.
Yeah, you trying to get people to safety, and they like, man, shut the fuck up.
You trying to ruin my buzz, man. You trying to get your party pooper.
And that's exactly what we are.
Yeah.
You know?
Bears of bad news, man. We're party poopers. Hey, this is a wicked ass party anyway.
Yeah.
The cops about to come and bust this party up in a minute. We warning y'all.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. Hey, what was that? Ezekiel 21. A sword is being made furbished and sharpened, that he may bring forth a slaughter, man. You know? It says, shall we then make mirth?
Yeah.
I got a pre to go with that.
It's Ezekiel 33 and 2. Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him up for their watchman, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people.
Yep. We blow the trumpet, man. That's why you always see us putting up videos about what Esau is intending to do. You know, his secret agendas, try to wipe you Jakes out.
His martial law,
man. You know, them transporting military vehicles throughout the states. You know they gearing up and getting ready for shit, man.
Bro,
they're training for urban warfare, having these different drills with the troops.
A train derailed out here in Nevada holding grenades and all kind of shit of warfare. The guns and stuff. You know, why is that being transported? They're getting ready for martial law. You know, it just happened that the spirit had it derail so that shit could be revealed.
Yeah.
But they're transporting this stuff to these major cities throughout America because they're getting ready for martial law for the major U.S. cities. These small cities, it's nothing. They'll trap you up in a week's time. But these major cities is what Esau is concerned about.
Yeah, exactly, man. And we already know while Esau is doing that, he's gonna put it out there in the media that he's basically he's training them soldiers for national security purposes. Yeah. But really, he's also putting out there about we're trying to protect our borders from terrorism.
Yeah.
But who is he making the face of terrorism right now? You tribes, especially the Northern Kingdom, man. Whoever he suspect as a so-called immigrant, he already put the threat out there that he's going to start deporting so-called illegals. And if you don't comply, they're going to put your ass in a concentration camp.
Yeah, let's not act like his system of detecting who's who is foolproof and perfect.
Exactly.
This man don't give a shit. He don't like whether you supposed to be here or not. He don't give a shit.
Bro, they deported a Jake that was born here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter. If you was born here, you got birth certificate, social security card. If you look the part, you gone.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
Trump spent a lot of time trying to associate the so-called illegals with terrorists by insinuating that ISIS is among them. You know, there's trained rebels and ISIS members among the caravans. They're getting smuggled into the borders, and then they're showing you images or videos of actual of you northern tribes actually sneaking through.
And it started with that whole campaign against the MS-13, which is just one Latino gang.
Right.
And they not even Issachar. You know what I mean? So that's just the
all the Hispanics.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like they're doing with these black identity extremists. What's been found to be false, but they don't, nobody cares because that stain is already in your mind of a black identity extremist being a terrorist.
That seed's been planted.
It's inception. You can't you can't untake that out your mind now.
Yeah. Oh, Salakia, let me show y'all something real quick. This is the elder Yashawamba. He have basically did a screenshot of it. If you look at that, it's like an ad on YouTube, right? When you see on that ad, it says worry, only a few terrorists have been found crossing our southern border. And then you see the image of them arresting a so-called illegal.
And on 9/11, only a few terrorists killed. So 2,977 Americans.
Yeah. So you see they paint that
telling
picture.
you that they just, why would they put them two type of terrorists together? Why would they put the immigration and Al Qaeda together and Osama bin Laden? How does that don't even link together?
Yeah.
But now they're starting to put that as they're translating the face of terror from those the Arabs into
Tribes.
Tribes.
They did a report just come out as well that it was an article that goes into how the so-called Black Hebrew Israelite movement is bringing terror to white America. So they're basically they're basically trying to shift the image of terrorism to tribes, man. And we already know how when Esau starts calling somebody a terrorist, he wants to make war with him.
Yeah.
Hey, he's been doing it to everybody he's calling terrorists in the Middle East.
Yeah.
So he's moving on them, right? You see him over there. Same thing with you.
When they put that tag on you, they're gonna make it stick. You know, it's no way to get it off of you. You know, so
They
that
already partially believe it now.
Yeah,
they don't like it.
And these so-called Americans, when they hear the word terrorist, they think they see blood. They want death. They want to actually kill you.
Yeah.
You know.
So read that again.
All right.
So basically, the sword is going to come upon you, man. And who is the sword? Psalms 17 and 13.
I'll grab it while you're waiting.
Ezekiel 33:2 again. Son of man, speak to the children of thy people and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people. Then whensoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head.
Yeah, because you didn't listen to the warning. The Most High is gonna allow these devils to put a hot one through you, man. Okay, that's gonna be your judgment, man, for not taking heed. That's because you wasn't of the elect anyway. You know. But we put out the warning, man. We've been constantly putting videos up. We've been constantly going out there on the highways and byways to wake you niggas up. Okay? But you still want to love this devil. You know, you still want to open up the covenant and salvation to these same devils that want your fucking head, man. So the Lord's going to give you over to that sword, man. Look.
Verse 5, he said he heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning, his blood shall be upon him. But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul.
Yeah, so if you hear this thing and you fear, you come into the knowledge of the truth and have faith and do what we're doing up here, hey, the Lord's gonna put you in his bosom, man. We're building that spiritual Noah's Ark now. Okay?
And look, those that labored in that and building that ark is who was able to get in there.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
But if the watchmen see the sword come and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but the blood will I require at the watchman's hands.
Just like if you had a venue or event, and a fight breaks out or a shooting breaks out, who's going? If a lot of people get killed, and there's no nobody being brought to safety, the people ain't being brought to safety. Whose responsibility is that? Who are they going to blame for those casualties, for their negligence of not bringing the people to safety, man? That's going to be on the security, man, who's supposed to be watching and looking and scoping the place out, man. You know?
They saying the security, like using that Route 91 from 1 October out here in Vegas, they're blaming the security at MGM Grand. I mean, not MGM Grand, Mandalay Bay.
Yeah.
Like, hey, y'all come y'all didn't handle that.
Yeah.
Handle it. They came through. This dude, supposedly the one Stephen Paddock in the window laying everybody down. Hey, what do you expect us to do? He's here all the time. He brought his bags in. Everything seemed normal. Like nothing we can do, but they gotta lay blame on somebody. Well, it's the watchmen or those that's supposed to be from a vantage point, watching the cameras or supposed to be protecting the property.
Good. Like example, those of you you acting dumb about the mark of the beast,
right,
when it's finally instituted, and a lot of your congregation received that mark.
Yeah.
Hey, even if you don't take the chip, you gonna die in the lake of fire along with your congregation because you didn't warn them about what the mark of the beast was. Some of you niggas know that's the mark, but you're being paid to teach that is not the mark.
Hey, that's why we go so hard on you about pushing about the mark of the beast on you that don't know or don't teach about the mark of the beast. Because one, you either blind and can't see it, or two, you just being wicked and deceiving the people. Either way, you gonna get destroyed, but we don't want to get destroyed with you.
Right.
So we're gonna warn you and your congregation. If they continue to follow you, then they're gonna fall into a ditch as well, right along with you. That was it on that. I got a precept to back it up. There.
Somebody get Proverbs 24 and 11.
This is Ezekiel chapter 3. Chapter 3, verse 18. It says, matter of fact, verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. I read that part again. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. And when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him now warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way to save his life.
Yeah, meaning you giving license to our people to still go off and commit sin, like these church pastors. They tell you we ain't under the old covenant, so we ain't under the law, so you can do what the hell you want to do.
Yeah. It's okay
you can live lawless like a beast.
Yeah.
As long as you accept and believe
the law is done away with.
The Messiah, you believe on Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, you can do what the hell you want. But you're not telling them, you're not warning them from their wicked way, man. Okay? You're gonna be destroyed, and those that follow you are gonna be destroyed.
Yep. I gotta be good,
It's Jeremiah 14 and 14. Then the Lord said unto me, the prophets prophesy lies in my name, I sent them not, neither have I commanded them, neither spoke unto them. They prophesy unto you false visions and divinations, and a thing of naught.
They prophesying or so-called prophesying things that's not true, that the Most High didn't put out there for you. Even if you're reading out the Bible with the wrong interpretation, you're putting out a false prophecy. Not in the name of the Heavenly Father, not in the will and the power of the Most High. So he gonna treat it. He don't care if you use the words out of this Bible to put off something false. He wants the truth pushed.
And the thing of naught and the deceit of their heart.
I got that in Proverbs
It's Proverbs 24 and 11. If thou forbear to deliver them that are drawn unto death, and those that are ready to be slain, if thou sayest, behold, we knew it not, doeth not he that pondereth the heart consider it?
Yeah, because the Most High know if you know.
Yep.
The Most High is the one that gave you the understanding.
Right.
So he already know what he gave to you, man. So you don't think that you can you can play slick with the Most High, man. So you have a responsibility, man. Now that you know it, go and tell it, man.
Tell it all, tell the truth.
And say it with conviction, man. Cuss them out with it. You know? And if those that can't get it drawn into their head, if they can't get it, well, don't worry about them, because I'm making sure they don't get it. Because they're not of my chosen. You know, you're gonna have Jakes and you know, certain brothers, we get, you know, agitated and upset when Jake walk by and they act like they ain't hearing us, and you know, or they'll listen for a little bit, but it's like you can tell it's just it ain't resonating. Hey, you can't really get frustrated on that, man. The Most High is doing that to these the 2/3, man.
We call he's Mutombo, and that understanding out of you, waving the finger at you, man, blocking everything.
Spiritual goaltending, man.
Yep.
You know,
Exactly right.
that's the 2/3, man. The hell with them. He said whether they hear or whether they forbear. Our people are stiff-necked and rebellious. A lot of them ain't gonna want to hear the truth, man. Was that Isaiah the 30th chapter? Prophesying to us smooth things, man. Prophesy deceits. You know? Jake want to hear shit that makes him comfortable. Them niggas would rather hear Nipsey Hussle rapping about some motivational shit than to hear the prophets, man. They gonna worship him today. The BET Awards or whatever they having today. You already know the tribute is gonna be right in the middle of that shit, man. You know, they gonna highlight everything this nigga like he was a super nigga, you know. Like he came down and brought you the words of salvation.
He was the first nigga to buy commercial real estate.
Yeah, real estate. And then he introduced you to Dr. Satan.
Right.
Taught you how to eat
So
healthy.
so because of that, now he's the Messiah now. You know, because of how he. Come on, man.
And little Tupac said, who's next to rule in the nigga kingdom? The Most High ain't dealing with the nigga kingdom, man. He's dealing with kings and priests and the real nation of godly individuals coming from our nation.
Right.
Okay?
Exactly.
These niggas and this nigga mentality ain't nothing special, man. That way has been tried, done, and failed time and time again. Okay? You have more?
Yes, a little bit more.
And he that keepeth thy soul, doeth not he know it? And shall not he render to every man according to his works?
Yeah, the Most High is gonna deal with you. Okay, he's gonna deal with you, man. You skip out on the flock, and you allow that wolf to come in and devour the sheep up. Hey, man, you gonna get that judgment, man. You know, you basically you was being a damn hireling, man. You know, what was that? Was that John the 10th chapter? He that seeth the wolf coming. Yeah, because from certain Israelite groups, it's not really a lot of prophecy coming from out of them, man. You hear more so about, you know, marriage counseling and soup kitchens, you know, feeding the homeless, trying to get Jake off of drugs and shit like that, man. Yahweh Shai wasn't doing that, man. He was just strictly going out there forward in the ministry. And yeah, he has the power to heal. That's what he was doing. Okay? He was healing our people because he had the power. And then you better believe if we have the power, we be healing brothers.
Right.
Not any old nigga.
Believers,
Not any just because he's an Israelite. It tells you that also in was that Sirach the 12th chapter? Somebody get that too. Yeah, get that too.
And we're trying to heal you spiritually now.
Exactly.
You know, we can't. You know, we don't have the power to heal your ailments, but spiritually, we have the power through the Spirit of Yahweh Shai, through this that He gave us through these scriptures, through the Word, through the truth, to heal you spiritually. to let you know that you're an Israelite, you're Yashua, you're a son of the Most High.
Or even a daughter or whoever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
High five.
Just so you know.
Bless you.
You said Shabbat 10, right? 11, 12?
I'm sitting there.
Yeah, 12.
I got it.
12 and like what, 2, 3?
Yeah.
You got it? All
Yep,
right.
yep.
Okay, go ahead.
It says, yeah, at the top. I'm gonna start at the top. No. Yep. Verse 2. I'll go straight to verse 2. Sirach chapter 12, verse 2. Do good to the godly man, and thou shalt find a recompense. And if
To
not,
the godly men. See, Jake, like the other guys in these different groups, you know, they try to make it a whole big community thing just like the world. You know, well, all the brothers and sisters, man, we all are, you know, those are all of our brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
Well, Yahweh Shai didn't take that to him. He realized when he was feeding them, a lot of them was trying to follow him just so they can eat. Just so they can get them loaves and shit, man.
The wicked scribes and Pharisees was Israelites,
Yeah.
but they were coming against Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
So, you know, he wasn't trying to. That's a conflict right there. He wasn't trying to feed everyone. He was trying to feed those that were weaned from the breast, or desire sincere milk.
Yeah.
They wanted to come back. Those Israelites that were lost. But like it says in Matthew, the first chapter, the 21st verse, save his people from their sins.
That's right.
I
I got that about the sheep, the wolf.
Hold that.
got an account also. It says back in Sirach 12, said, do good to the godly man, and thou shalt find a recompense, and if not from him, yet from the Most High. Give to the godly man and help not a sinner, is verse 4.
Yeah, man, helping out the sinner. How you don't know who you helping out there when you're trying to set up, these soup kitchens, man. You know, you out there, you got
You got to be a breeding ground for demons inside that body.
all type of
You
demons,
keeping
man.
that flourishing through the people.
Keep feeding that demon.
Yeah. And then and the moment you tell them, hey, that's enough, watch them demons flare.
Yeah. Or when you run out of food, that's when they
ain't gonna come around no more.
Yeah.
You feed them so you can what? So you can teach them, so you can basically save their soul, man. Not because you just want to appear on the outside looking like you doing a noble work, man.
Yeah.
A lot of the wicked scribes and Pharisees, the Lord cussed them out on that hypocrisy. Was telling them, you do this to be seen of men. Bunch of hypocrites, man. We don't do this just to appear good in the sight of men. We do this because we fear the Lord, man.
And we're really trying to feed, and literally, when you understand the big picture of why he was feeding, he literally said, like, it's about that hour that people need to eat. But he was in the middle of edifying the multitude at the time. He was like, well, let me keep edifying what we got to put together so they can eat while I continue to edify them.
Right.
And so they came up with just a few loaves and a few fish. And what did he do? He multiplied it and fed more than, fed them and had leftovers, man. When the multitude was basically performed a miracle.
Hey, he carnally broke bread with the multitude, but he spiritually broke bread to his disciples, man.
Right.
That's right.
And that's the bread that you want.
Right.
You want the bread of everlasting life.
Man shall not live by bread alone, talking about physical, carnal bread, right?
That's right.
But by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Most High.
That's right. That's it.
You got something too? I had something to go with.
Go right now.
All right, this is Ephesians 6 and 5. Servants, be obedient to them that are your masters according to the flesh, with fear and trembling in singleness of your heart unto a Mashiach, not with eye service as men pleasers, but as servants of a Mashiach.
But servants unto that wisdom that's coming from that man, from him that gave that wisdom, all the way from the Most High down through Yahweh Shai into the spirit of the word.
Yep.
Through that man that's teaching it. You got it out?
Doing the will of the Most High from the heart. That's what he's talking about.
Sincerely, sincerely, man. Okay, not doing it because you're trying to win brownie points with people in the world. You're trying to win over the hearts
They
of
must be doing
two-thirds
something
of
right, because they got 83 men out there where they got foot soldiers with boots on the ground.
Man, they got hundreds of thousands of followers,
What
man.
is it? IUIC, we marching for to fight against violence. Remember in Memphis or somewhere? Yeah.
800 men.
We not about none of that stuff, man.
Oh man.
We know those men, that are getting gunned down is supposed to happen. It's sanctioned by the Most High,
Judgment.
whom we fear.
That's right.
Exactly.
And we understand with his blueprint laid out that those people that's gotta happen to them.
That's right. We're not community activists or none of that.
Exactly.
That was it on that.
Yeah, that was your comment.
Did
See,
you
it was a
finish
little-
that in the Sirach?
No, there's a little bit more.
Go ahead.
Verse 4 again, it says, "Give to the godly man and help not a sinner.
Yep.
Do well unto him that is lowly."
And even when it comes down to teaching,
Yep.
we supposed to know who we're teaching to.
Yeah.
You don't just teach any old nigga and give him all the precious jewels, man. That's why Yahweh Shai said, "Give not which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearl before swine." Not every man is worthy of these jewels, man. These riches.
We don't tell everyone that this is the name.
Yeah. Because it tells you a dog will trample it underfoot, man. He'll tear it in pieces, man. You see that with certain guys when they come in.
Sit there and try to find holes.
They try to,
and
yeah.
loopholes and whatnot.
And then they try to tear up the doctrine by mixing the doctrine, saying, "Oh, you guys are going off." I mean, I heard y'all, and I listened to y'all, and this is what I believe when I first heard from you. But now, I think the Lord is dealing with me now, and I'm here to tell y'all
He's not
that he ain't dealing with y'all. Yeah. He's dealing with me now, so this is what the breakdown is. That's a fucking dog, man. You know, he doesn't care. He doesn't really care about the flock, man.
And it's spiritual. So when you look at the big picture, the analogies used, you said, or cast your pearls before swine, right? Because usually when they turn into that type of person, the swine they're casting the pearl before, but they usually they're like swine, and they end up going back into the world and wallowing in the mire. That's them same spirits that do that. Oh, you're not dealing with y'all, even though I learned something, but now that I done heard it all the way through, it don't make sense. What y'all said, what makes sense is what the Most High gave me, and it's this, and I can still have this angle in the world.
Or they just basically say to hell with the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not an Israelite no more.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm offended.
I'm offended. I can't now.
I'm
not
offended
doing
about
this
something,
because of
so I'm
this.
not an Israelite no more.
Yeah.
Which you idiot. To be an Israelite is a nationality. You can't take off your nationality, man.
Take the fringes off, and now
you take the fringes, you take
the
your garment off,
responsibility
and now
off,
you're
the
no
curses
longer
off.
a part of the seed line of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob.
Right.
You know, that's why it says, "Cast not your pearl before swine," man. And that's why it says, "Wisdom shall enter into a malicious soul."
Shall not enter into a malicious
Shall not enter into a malicious soul, man.
Right.
Okay, so the same thing. You trying to set up soup kitchens and you know,
Community centers.
community, man.
Spirit you said there. Look what it
Community
said right
outreach.
here. Look what it said right here, right? Salaki, Sirach 12 and 5. Do well unto him that is lowly, but give not unto the ungodly. Hold back thy bread, give it not unto him, lest he overmaster thee thereby. Give not thy bread. Don't help him out. Don't feed him with wisdom or with food. Sometimes you gotta really look at that bum on the corner. I hate to call him that, but that Jake or that homeless person, whatever, on the corner, and read into him and see, discern whether they can receive some knowledge out of you, or if you should feed them carnally or not.
Yeah, because it's usually you can tell by the sincerity and their humility.
Yeah.
When they come around, they know that they don't have much, and sometimes they'll be like, "I really don't even want much from you." You know, they try not to be a burden to you, but you be like, "Nah, brother. You know, I see that you sincere. I see that you really are truly drawn to the Lord with the full assurance of heart. You know, you're making that effort, so we're gonna help you out, man. And Lord will, the Most High restore you and make you whole to where you're able to, you know, have for yourself and feed yourself and do what you can do. And brothers that help a brother like that, but you got lazy ass, grimy ass niggas who just out and about because they put themselves in that predicament, man. You got to understand that, but you, Jake's here in Israel. You use this liberty and you make it, you use it as a cloak for your own fleshly reasons, man. You create your own lanes instead of going through that door, man.
The proper way to enter into this thing. Hey, and when you properly enter into this thing, the sincerity has to be at an all-time 100 high, man. It's gotta be real.
Exactly.
Because your life, you gotta treat it like your life is on the line, because it really is on the line.
Yep.
You know, and really, we're all dead unless we're chosen, which means we're coming into this thing to figure out if we're chosen or not.
That's right. Is there any more?
Yeah. It says, for else thou shalt receive twice as much evil for all the good that thou shalt have done unto him.
Yeah, some of these niggas you can't even trust. Hell, most Jake you can't trust.
Yep.
You can't trust Jake, man. These niggas got schemes. They always plotting, man. They on some type of come up.
Yep.
You know, Jake will find a way to rob your ass, man.
Try to pop your woman.
Try to get your woman.
Yep.
All type of shit, man. Or they try to get these breakdowns so they can come on a level, become a damn YouTube celebrity or a YouTube sensation, man. Now all of a sudden you this big high-powered figure in Israel, man. You don't use this to become a celebrity. You use this because you want to forward the word of the Most High, man.
You're doing it for your salvation, ultimately.
Yeah.
You know? Because and your salvation is nothing to play with.
Exactly, man. The Most High, he, like it says, he ponders the heart, man. He's gonna weigh everybody's works. Yep. He gonna try to see which sort it is, man. If you're putting in the work because you're really trying to store up that treasure in heaven, or if you're doing it for to obtain a corruptible crown, man. The Lord knows all that, man.
That's right.
Is there a little more?
That's pretty much.
Oh, somebody give me Matthew where the Lord sent his apostles out and what he specifically told them. Go not into the way of the Gentiles, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But what did he tell them to do? Let's say if he told them to go out there and put some soup, put some soup and sandwiches and chips.
Yeah, put them sandwiches back out there like I paid for them. Yeah.
And bring some shirts with menorahs on them.
Yeah.
You know, with fringes.
And go out there and be counsel couples. And
be a marriage counselor.
Marriage counselor, yeah.
Let's see if the Lord told him to do that, man.
It's Matthew 10 and 5. These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not.
Yep.
But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, and as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely ye have received, freely give.
I got a precept that goes with that. It was something I was going to bring out earlier, but you went into the give unto the godly, right, and not unto the sinner. Well, when Yahushua was performing these miracles, who was he performing them to? It wasn't just random wicked ass Jake out there. It was those that believed.
The ones of faith.
The ones of faith.
Your faith made you whole.
One girl said, your faith has made you whole.
Yeah.
I can't.
Therefore, sin no more.
Sin no more. Yeah.
That was that same.
And then one guy his daughter was sick. He said, your daughter has been healed because of your faith.
Yep. I got this one. Here's the one I pulled
I think it was the Centurion.
Okay.
Here's the one with the other Centurion right here, though. With his
I have not found so faith.
That's the one I got right here. Matthew chapter 8. I'm gonna start at verse 2. And behold, there came a leper and worshipped him, saying, Lord, if thou wilt, canst thou cleanse me? And Yahushua put forth his hand and touched him, saying, I will be thou cleansed. And immediately his leprosy was cleansed. And Yahushua said unto him, See thou tell no man, but go thy way, show thyself to the priest, and offer the gift that Moses commanded for a testimony unto them. Yeah, so now go ahead, tell them to keep the commandments. Go ahead and give the offering unto the priest to the priest. Don't give it to me. Go give it to them that Moses said to give when you're cleansed of leprosy. To pay those tithes or those alms unto him, right? It says verse 6, and that was one account, right? Here's the other one. It said, and when Yahushua was entered him and saying, Lord, my servant lieth at home sick with the palsy, grievously tormented. And Yahushua said unto him, I will come and heal him.
Bro, that centurion was an Israelite, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah. So you know, he wasn't dealing with Edomites or or heathens.
Right.
Nope,
you know, you gotta say that.
What their skin looked like.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that was a Jake. That was a Negro. All right, and You had Jakes that were in the Roman military, man. That's if you know your history. There were Jews that was fighting in the Roman
aren't you
army.
in this white man's military now? And don't we have our people fully engulfed it? And look, Colin Powell.
Brothers in the camps that were former military.
Right.
Those brothers believe, and now they're in the camp. They're in the fold, man. You know.
Exactly
I just have to make that point. Because, people, you know,
you gotta always put that. They'll take it out of context, or they'll misunderstand it. It says, the centurion answered and said, Lord, I am not worthy that thou shouldest come under my roof, but speak the word only, and my servant shall be healed. For I am a man under authority, having soldiers under me, and I say to this man, go, and he goeth, and to another, come, and he cometh, and to my servant, do this, and he doeth it. And Yahushua heard it, and marveled, and said unto them that followed, verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel. And it doesn't mean that was about them that knew they were Israel, that were already in the fold pretty much. Right. This man showed faith, but he was also an Israelite. Let's not act like he was an Israelite.
That's right.
Just among the fold of his people, he hadn't found that type of that faith of them that knew the gospel.
That's right.
You know, but he found it in the centurion, which was a Jake, to say, you don't even have to be there. I believe so much in you through my faith that you just speak it and it's done.
Right. And you better believe after that centurion was sealed.
Yep.
He's one of the chosen, man.
That's right.
He got converted from that second. He already had faith.
Yep.
The Lord gave you that gift of faith. That's part of the sealing of his chosen, man.
Right.
Is the faith.
You're not gonna give faith like that unto no heathen.
You feeding a bunch of Jake's hot dogs. How's that giving them faith, man?
Right.
No, give them this word, man.
That's giving them independence.
Come on.
Hey, what he will say? Teach a man to fish. He eats. Teach a man. Give a man fish. A man asks for fish. You give to him. He eat for a day. You give him. You teach him to fish. He eat for a lifetime.
Yep.
That's the difference. So when you give him this word, this is teaching them to fish.
Yeah.
To where they can always eat off the wisdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. To put it, it sounds bad, but that's really what it is.
And this is a natural healer.
That's right.
This word is what heals you, man. Like right now, when we come out here and we preach and prophesy, and we see a lot of brothers waking up and they're turning from their wicked ways of the world, that's basically they became healed by the word that we spoke, which is really the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. And somebody get Wisdom of Solomon 16 and 12.
We finish that in Matthew.
Huh?
We finish that in Matthew. We're talking about send the apostles out. What we're talking about.
Let me hit this one right quick. You said there's Isaiah chapter 6, verse 9. It said, and he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, cut them off, lest they see with their eyes and hear with their ears and understand with their heart and convert and be healed. And you have to be converted and be healed. How? By giving that gift of faith. The Most High open up your eyes and your understanding to see this thing. Okay, and that's a gift that shows that you've been called, at least if nothing else, to this wisdom.
That's right.
Called into the fold to try yourself to see if you was chosen of the elect.
Yeah, because we're doing this for the fruit that should what's that, Yahushai? He said, you have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit meet for repentance.
Yep.
You know, basically that your fruit shall remain, man.
Yep.
That's the fruit that you're looking for. Give to the godly man, help not a sinner, man.
Yeah. Hey, because you said it will not rest in the malicious soul, this wisdom.
Yeah.
And if you get to somebody that ain't really with this thing, that ain't sealed in their faith with it, that ain't sealed in their works with it,
yep.
they're going to be like the ones that he gave the talent to, the single talent, and he hid it under a napkin or buried it or whatever.
Yep.
Versus going out there and paying dividends upon it.
Hey, a lot of these followers that a lot of you other camps got, a lot of it, you gotta understand when you gotta follow them because these niggas want to be entertained. They like to see you out there cussing out Esau. They like that what we're doing out here is considered a powerful thing. So they just like the image of it, and they want to be a part of that. You gotta know when you got a bullshit artist among you, man. You don't just be so quick to accept anybody, you know, because now you can say, oh, I got a following, and that plays into your ego. All that is vainglory, man.
Versus those that are sincere.
You have your reward if you glory in those type of things.
You got all type of niggas up under you. You know, they don't represent your camp right.
Hey, they follow that old man that's in you with the old man that's still in them.
Yeah,
that's who's really following, and they seen the new man dressed in the fabulous Israelite apparel.
Yeah.
So they try to put a little bit of it on with the same nigga on the inside, man. You can't do that. You got to really hit the hard reset on that dude and build him up from a righteous standpoint. That's something.
That was it. Yeah, get that one.
16 and 12, right?
Yep.
All right, wisdom of Solomon 16 and 12. For it was neither herb nor mollifying plaister that restored them to health, but thy word, O Lord, which healeth all things, for thou hast power of life and death, that thou leadest to the gates of hell and bringest up again.
Con. Yep. So this word is the natural healer, man. This is what makes you whole. So this is what's healing the sick, restoring sight to the blind, man.
The Most High will open your eyes by way of remembrance, and then you will be converted and be healed.
Right. So all you got to do is just teach the word.
Yeah.
If you teaching the word, you're healing the sick and the blind, man.
Right.
You're feeding the homeless, man. Right. Just by doing what we're doing right here, man. That's all you got to do. Everything outside of that, man, you want brownie points, man.
Right.
Really, you doing that because you're what they call that, man? It's because there's certain type of narcissists out there. Certain narcissists, they like to see themselves doing shit for others, and every time they mention about their works, they feel like they gotta get a pat on their back.
Hey,
you know, you always gotta big them up.
I forgot how I go, but it's Salaki, bro. But I understand what you're saying. There's people out there.
Thank you, brothers.
That are kind and generous.
Thank you.
Only unto their own self-glory. I'm the most unselfish because I'm giving to you. But you want glory for that. If you really want to give, it's not about getting glory to yourself.
If you really want to give, you won't even mention it. You won't even bring it up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You just do what you do. If you're doing it for yourself, that's when you want people to see what you're doing. You want them to give you praise for what you're doing. I'm out here doing this and that. Nobody needs to know but those that give the most.
Let me get this straight. We all worship the same God as...
Are you intoxicated? Are you intoxicated? You've been drinking a little bit?
Well, this is my first beer.
Okay.
But we all worship the same God as what? Not Abraham, but...
Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
God of Israel.
The righteous men of this Bible, yeah, that's who we worship.
We all worship the same God as Moses.
Yeah, we do. Do you know who you worship? A lot of people worshiping somebody else.
No. I pray to the big God of Moses. Every single morning when I go to the casino and I bust my ass. And I said, oh, Father God, please give me the patience, the serenity, to deal with these women over there. Because, you
I'm
laugh.
I'm laughing because
You laugh.
Way more,
you know
way more important things
how
to be
these,
about than women.
No. There's more.
You know the economy's
right.
Do you know that the economy is gonna collapse? So you working at the casino, you and all those women and all those bosses are gonna lose their job and probably lose their houses and their living arrangement. They're gonna have to be on the street unless you take the mark of the beast.
Hey,
You take the mark of the beast, that same God that you said we all pray to, that
Well,
Moses prayed to, is going to destroy you.
yeah.
What's the name?
See? You see how it changed up? Now we don't believe the same.
What's the name of your God? What does he go by?
Yeah. What do you call it?
I call him Father God.
That's just his name, Father God?
Father God. I call him. His name is Jehovah.
Jehovah?
What language is that, Jehovah?
I'm Christian. I'm previous Catholic, but hey, Father God, please help me first thing in the morning. Please help me deal with these pieces of shit ladies with attitudes. So I put on a blanket prayer on me, kind of, every single morning. So I understand what's going on around here. And God forbid that we have some kind of a problem which our banks close.
Yeah. That's what we're saying.
That's in this.
God forbid
Why?
our banks are gonna close.
No, not God forbid.
Now,
God condemned that. Like, we hope God does that. We want that to happen.
Yeah. It says that in this Bible, that that's going to happen.
You know why we want that to happen? Because this world is wicked, and everything that builds up in this world is all
Dude,
wicked.
do you understand when the banks close, you guys and myself that have proper homes, we're gonna be threatened.
Yes.
What does the Bible say about that? Those that give up things in this life, they're going to get it 100-fold in the kingdom of heaven. So we don't give a shit about none of this houses and the stuff that we got here, cars and
But-
stuff. We don't care.
Wait a minute, the banks close, the 7-Eleven closed because there's no money.
Get Matthew 6.
Now, wait a minute.
No.
What we gotta do,
Matthew 6.
wait a minute, we have to bear arms against people that want to take what's ours.
Right. But the thing is, the Heavenly Father has your best interests at heart by sending us through the hard times that are coming. So when He wipes out the banks and throws us out of our homes and we don't have 7-Eleven and different foods to eat, guess what He's going to do? He's going to provide a way for His chosen people to make it, His chosen elect, as well as...
So what I gotta grow my own food.
No, if you're an Israelite on this side, if your father line goes back to those people...
I'm within those people.
Okay, if you-
I'm Italian.
Okay.
I'm not any
You
of the.
Sicilian?
No.
Southern Italian?
No, I'm Northern Italian.
Northern Italian? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What if I was Southern Italian? You say I'm not. I'm not welcome.
I'm only saying it because
It's an easier way
Israelite history.
No.
Israelite
I'm a
history.
Northern Italian.
It's an easier route to trace back who you are.
Yeah.
That's all
Who's
we're
the
really
guy?
saying. That's all we're saying.
Excuse me. I
We're just
see
saying
you-
because some
you checking me
Italians,
out. Who
some
should have got
Italians,
it? Who should have got it?
Hey,
But
certain Italians is all go back to our people though. That's what I'm getting.
No,
at.
we scattered all over the whole Italy, but still, it's easier to trace you back if you're from southern Italy or
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
No.
Because some people that's there are
It
not our
doesn't.
people.
Could we be Italian? Can we be Portuguese? Can we be German? Can we be?
The answer
You
is
could
yes.
be all that.
You can be.
If you're an Israelite,
Yeah, if your spirit goes
if you're
back
of the
to
12
those
tribes
people.
of Israel,
Yeah.
Well,
Father line.
what if it is that you're born in?
Exactly, you're right.
I went to Kuwait. About those guys.
Some of them might be us,
if some of our people,
but a lot of them aren't.
I went to Kuwait and Iraq. Iraq was all fucked up.
I got a scripture. Hold on.
And
roll. One second.
I know it's
tried
Romans
for Iraq.
1.
James chapter 1 verse 1. James, a servant of the Most High and of our Lord Jesus, to the 12 tribes,
Please.
to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting.
Yep.
Yeah, our people are dispersed. Everyone's all people.
The one in Romans 1 talking about Italy.
We were already dispersed, but I cried for Iraq. I really did. Because we went into, I was U.S. military, and
I could tell you.
we fucked up Kuwait. Too bad.
Do you think those
In the 90s, that was in the 90s,
Do you think
right?
those people over in Kuwait, they're gonna get revenge on America?
No.
Okay.
I
But in the Bible it says that those people in Kuwait, the Russians, the people of China,
That's all Croatia.
but they're going to get revenge on America.
Look at that. See that? That's in the Bible.
America what?
Hey,
Destruction
Russia,
is
China,
at hand.
Russia, China, NATO, and EU. They
That's
gonna
all
shoot.
Cold
They
War
gonna,
shit.
they
I
gonna
know
shoot
that
missiles
war
on
is turning
America.
hot. You don't
That's
see,
a cold
hey,
war.
Mr. Military, sir, you didn't see that? You don't see that happening?
You don't see what's going
The
on
Cold
with
War
Iran?
turning hot. Those same
Listen,
Cold War turning
Iran,
hot.
that's gonna try to do some stupid
Who
shit.
backs up Iran?
Huh?
Who backs up Iran? Who's
Russia.
Iran?
Yeah.
China,
Yep.
China and Russia.
India.
Yes, sir.
And he's
Ethiopia.
And guess
recording
what?
me.
And guess what? They all hold
Yeah.
nuclear missiles.
Yeah.
They all hold nuclear missiles.
I tell you what, when Iran wants to do some stupid shit like bomb a neighbor, United States is gonna pow, pow, pow. United States
and
is
Russia
gonna.
and Russia's gonna pow on America.
And then China's gonna
No,
pow, pow.
I don't
And
think
then-
so.
Yeah.
And hey, also those NATO
Are you
countries.
serious?
Russia has nuclear capabilities that can offset
Yeah.
missile defenses of the U.S.
Wait a minute, wait a
Yes,
minute.
they do.
You heard of
Yes,
the
they do.
hypersonic missile that they can't. What are those things you just said? The missile defense. Missile defense is useless against the hypersonic missile. It's like 27 times the speed of sound. So you can't defend nothing against that. In these other countries, Russia, China, even North Korea got nuclear weapons now.
Praise God.
Everyone's got them.
Yeah, you're right.
See, before, everyone didn't have them. So that's what made America stay on a high level. But now everyone's got them. So America's brought down. So it's an even playing field now.
Here's the other thing. All those countries that didn't have it before, they're allied. Listen. We're getting there. We're getting there. Give me a second. Give me a second to get there. So those same countries, same countries that didn't have it, they now have it. They're all against America. And even the NATO countries that were allies with America that have it are starting not to look bad at America also as an enemy. Okay? You got it, bro.
Malachi chapter 4, verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts.
Yep, with the nuclear missiles, the Heavenly Father's using that from his arsenal
No,
to burn
please
that up.
forgive me, please forgive me, please
Get
forgive me.
Jeremiah, what was that, 50?
It's not,
Out the
no,
arrows.
it's not right. Because
What should we say?
we're the boys. We are the boys
that.
that protect the nation.
And you're gonna die
we are,
protecting. what's
we're
be
gonna
the strength.
die protecting the nation.
Yes.
But what is
This
the
is Joel chapter 3, verse 10.
the big guy say upstairs?
Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. You know what that means?
Yes. Yes.
The weak,
I'm sorry.
the weak is saying they're strong now.
I'm sorry.
The
I'm
weak-
sorry. I'm sorry.
The ones,
But I'm one of the strong ones that want to protect the weak.
Hey, but who's the weak?
I'm ex-military.
Who's the weak? Protecting the wrong people. You're strengthening America or Egypt or Babylon. You're protecting the problem.
You know who's the weak?
Let me say it.
He just walked behind me.
You're protecting the problem. Listen to me. You're protecting the problem.
No.
You're
I'm
protecting the problem. What's the problem? The Most High God, the one that the Father upstairs you talked about, He
That's
has the
the-
remedy for everything and everybody. He has that remedy. It ain't about you.
I I put my blood on the line, and you know what? My blood plate.
Listen. You gotta understand. You gotta understand what I was trying to tell you. Look at the history of America. America has done nothing but rape, rob, and murder and pillage the whole earth. So don't you think that they have to pay for that?
United States is
There's a recompense for that.
between.
You've been there, Kuwait. You saw what you did in Kuwait.
Well, no,
You saw what
even
you did there.
before.
That's what I'm saying. In the 90s, you saw why were we over there? Why was America over there in the 90s?
Oil.
Is that their oil to be trying to go in there and take from anybody?
Isn't that pillaging?
That was a Clinton thing.
That's America.
That's an American thing.
And that's why they still in the Middle
It's
East.
an Edomite thing.
For the oil. That's what it's all
between
about.
now and then.
I love you guys.
right,
I
all right.
really do. Excuse
All right,
me.
brother.
Take it easy. Have a good day.
If I
Enjoy your
don't see
beer.
you, I will see you on the other side.
Absolutely. bro.
Absolutely.
All right. You understand. You understand what we were out here doing at that moment.
I got a little curse about me, but I can shake that off.
Okay.
But I will see you guys on the other side.
All right, bro.
Right, I will.
All right, bro. That's a Jake, though.
He might be.
I think that was a Jake, man. We did the little shimmy. The Guido chain, right? Yeah, giveaway. Look like the rapper chain.
That's the spirit of America, man. You are immersed. You don't understand what's about to take place here throughout the world, World War III, and on the soils of America. You know, it's going to be great death, famine, and pestilence, like the first scripture we read.
Yeah, he heard it. He heard what we told him.
Yeah.
But he tried to shake it up. Like, I don't really want to have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Because it's too heavy. And then you realize how ill prepared you truly are. Same thing with those false prophets that are in Israel not teaching you right. You're ill prepared for the things that's to come.
Jeremiah 50:9. For lo, I will raise up and cause to come against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country.
Yeah.
And they're being assembled now. Through the Russia-Iranian China alliance. You got Turkey, which is Gomer. You know, Turgama. You know, all those countries over there. They're aligning themselves with Russia, man. They seeing the power that's stimulating, you know, their military might as well as their economy, man. So they want to be buddy with them guys, man.
Because at the end of the day, America is, you know, has the military spread out, but America can't save these countries that are right there at the doorstep of Russia.
Yep.
You know, they can get fucked up and they can be annihilated, and America sit back like, oh, no, here we come. It's too late. And that's why these countries that are aligning themselves with Russia now. And a lot of these countries are in the EU.
Yeah, Ukraine.
Yep.
I know Russia won Ukraine back.
Yep.
And they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain.
Yep, the missiles, man. They're gonna be shut off like they talk about Robin Hood or whatever. Didn't Mrs. Target? What's her name from that movie, The Hunger Games? They gonna miss, man. Gonna hit their targets. Was that superhero from Marvel Universe? Or was that DC? Whoever that is with the arrows. The Most High don't mess with his arrows, man. These are nuclear missiles that's gonna hit the desired targets and wipe out the wicked of the world.
Yeah. And it has to happen, man. In order for us to get the kingdom, this place got to get erased, man.
That's right.
It's too filthy, man. The Lord said He gonna sweep this place with the besom of destruction, man. You know, this place is man. I saw an article that Apostle Ramlav had sent me, going into how, you know, they're trying to push for these different burger places to give you basically a fake ass meat, man.
Oh yeah. Beyond meat.
Beyond meat.
That's what they call it.
They try to basically feed you laboratory meat, man.
Yeah. They got that shit at Del Taco now.
Huh? This place is man.
They sell it in the stores.
Yeah.
And I was into it. I was like, you know, because I know what consuming too much meat does to me physically, but to the human body physically when you consume a high meat diet. So I was like, okay. But then I started thinking about this. If it's GMO, which I'm sure it is, you got to make a decision. Like, are you going to eat real meat that's bad for you, or are you going to eat GMO? But here's the problem with GMO meat. The fact that they can put anything else in there as well. Who knows what it takes to make this stuff? So I'm at the point now, well, fuck, I'm gonna just do the vegetable thing, man. If I want a taco, guess what? I'm gonna have mushrooms and peppers and onions in that mug instead of beans or something. Yeah, something. There's other ways to cut that GMO out your diet. And that's for you meat eaters anyway.
Yeah,
that fake meat is for you meat eaters anyway.
Yep. They're even there's salmon out there that's genetically modified as well.
I saw that too.
Yeah.
They probably put the pork in it to try to preserve it longer or something.
Yeah.
You know, it's some kind of wicked, twisted ass trick. It's all, you know.
Yeah, man.
Tries to do.
So the Mosai got to get rid of this place, man. You fighting for this man's military. You fighting for this thing to continue. You want to see people to continue to eat this garbage and watch people just die slow, man. That's what you fighting for, man. Go ahead, bro.
Ezekiel 4:13, and the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles.
Yeah, and it's sad because you got to make a choice whether you're going to eat the bullshit or you're going to eat the bullshit.
Right.
So you're going to eat a little bit better bullshit or so you got to make a choice. But we're lucky enough through the spirit that we shall eat poison and live. You know, we going to eat the bullshit. You know, you want to try to anchor yourself toward the higher quality bullshit, I guess you could say. But we got to eat something. But we can't get we got to wait till the kingdom to get that real good meat. That real good nourishment for our body.
Right.
You know?
How could you be so patriotic and proud about this shit?
Right.
Yeah.
He was like, nah, I fought. So you should know, the wickedness of this place. And he had to smile, big ass Kool-Aid smile when we brought it up.
And you know, he probably got demons on him from all the dirt he saw and did over there in
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah.
That's why he looked like he was drinking those the shit he done done in this place.
He probably drink every day.
Life.
Yeah.
A lot of military, and ex-military, retired military do that. They drink to they like, man, we were killed.
They got that PTSD.
Yeah, man, got that post-traumatic, because they know the wicked shit that they done. Well, we don't hear about that disorder happening to a lot of these other militaries out there in the world. We mainly heard about the U.S. military.
Yeah. They on all type of antidepressants, medications, and you know that opens up portals to demons.
Yeah.
So these they get bugged out. Hey, a lot of these mass shooters, they claim to always have a military background.
Ex-military.
Or ex-military, man.
Joel, chapter 10, verse, I'm going to start at 18. Wherefore then hast thou brought me forth out of the womb, O that I have given up the ghost, and no eye has seen me? I should have been as though I had not been. I should have been carried from the womb to the grave. Are not my days few? Cease then, and let me alone, that I may take comfort a little. Before I go whence, I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death.
That's particularly here. This is the shadow of death, is because no matter what you do and what this place pushes, you're right in the workings of iniquity, sin upon sin. You're right in they push it, so it makes it a normal thing for you to sin here, for you to stay away spiritually from the Heavenly Father.
Right.
Which brings you right to death.
The shadow of death, basically, death is in your presence, man.
Yep.
You know, every time you walk, your shadow is right next to you, man. So you're close to death every day in this society, man. Whether it's from the food that you intaking in your body, or whatever it is that you're drinking. You know, we got these this technology. You know, these smartphones. Hey, they just put out there that people are growing horns from the radiation from these phones, man. How the fuck is that happening, man?
I just don't say about this radiation, man. You got this technology in your pocket, but guess what? This thing will kill you.
Yeah, the air you breathe, the water you drink.
Yeah.
It's just death, man.
It's death, man. And the ways of this place is death. They're pushing immorality super heavy, man. LGBT, that just you could just add the whole alphabet to it, man. Just different manner of perversions that you can add to it, man. And it all leads to death. It's unhealthy and it's unclean, man. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 22, a land of darkness is darkness itself.
A land of darkness, man. Everybody's basically in gross ignorance, man. Everybody's comfortable with the lack of knowledge. That's why you're destroyed. That's why you keep smoking cigarettes, inhaling that shit, and fucking up your respiratory.
Cigarettes, blunts, the whole nine.
Weed. And you keep opening up your spirit to the other dimensions when you smoking that shit, man.
They starting to put that weed, marijuana,
synthetic shit.
Yeah.
You know, and you wonder why people are just out of their freaking minds, man, causing all type of fatal accidents. You know, if they don't let them be high and drunk and have a Glock or a pistol on them. Or for Esau's sake, don't have them in that state with a assault rifle next to him. You know, he gonna go mass shoot up a damn karaoke club, man, or a restaurant.
And you saw what happened with the one in Salaki, the one in New Zealand, though. What was he listening to on his way over to go shoot up the mosque? That's that shit, man.
Yeah.
You know, you would open yourself up to that portal of demons by smoking whatever, you know, or drinking in heavy excess. But then you listen to that music that breeds that type of wickedness, just like today's hip hop and rap music do. It's a breeding ground of sparking these demons on you as well.
Yeah, murder, adultery, covetousness, thievery.
You gotta be very careful and on a high level to be able to listen to this new rap shit, man. While you trying to live a righteous life. That's still you, bro.
Verse 22, a land of darkness as of darkness itself, and of the shadow of death without any order, and where the light is as darkness.
Man, I get Job 24 and I think it's like around 12 and 13.
Job 24 and
it said without order. This place is totally out of order, man. Everything is upside down. Everything is literally about committing wickedness, man. And you're given access to do it. You're being pushed to do it. And anybody that stands up against it, you're going to be persecuted for it.
Hey, you're honorable if you're pushing wickedness in the society. You're doing an honorable deed if you push wickedness in the society.
Job 24 and 13. They are of those that rebel against the light. They know not the ways thereof, nor abide in the paths thereof.
Yeah, they're just stuck in gross darkness, man. Covered in their ignorance. And when you try to shine the light to them, it's like they want to slap the light, you know, out your hand, man. You know, that's this wicked ass place, man. You tell our people to repent from their deeds, they try to find excuses to continue in their sin, man. Even guys that even know that they Israelites. They seen the light for a little bit, but then they got displeasing to them, so they hop their ass right back in the dark. And then when you try to shine a light, like, hey, bro, what you doing? You wandering out of the way. Nah, man. Nah, I don't see it the way y'all see it. Well, niggas stay in the dark then, man. You know? Trying to justify tattoos and lineups and all type of shit, man. Jake want to be, they want to stay in the dark, man.
They want to have one foot in the truth and one foot in the world. It don't work like that.
Hell no. Lord casts you into outer darkness. There's no way you can come back, man. Go ahead, bro.
Isaiah 20, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
What's that light? That light is the wisdom of this word, man. Okay? It's lighting the path to righteousness and acceptance with Yahweh Shemiah Shah.
I gotta prove it.
Isaiah 60:1, arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people.
Yeah, you can see it, man. You can see it with the level of folly and wickedness, man. It just gets more and more sick, man.
Yeah, because Esau, the so-called white man, he's the wicked according to the Bible. What's Job say? Job 9:24, the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. So Esau, the so-called white man, he pushes all this wicked ass philosophy on people, you know, and on our people, they just eat it up, man. You know, Esau pushes through the media, through the social media, all right, through his financial system, all right, through Christianity, all right. Esau's pushing all kind of madness out there, man. You know, got you believing that two homosexuals are basically productive to the society.
Right. It's a benefit to having that, to having no gender in the earth, and to confusing every damn body.
Yeah, in modern mechanics, you have a male and female components. If you don't have the male and female components, ain't nothing running.
Ain't nothing gonna connect.
Ain't nothing running. Your cars ain't running, your trains ain't running, your planes ain't running. All right, your damn buildings ain't being built. You know.
Hey, what was a school where somebody basically got kicked out of class?
Oh, for saying
for saying there's
two genders.
There's only two genders.
Yeah, you got suspended.
Yeah. How you get in trouble for that, man?
Right.
For stating something that you were
That's a
supposed
fact
to.
in the eye. You can look and see it. It's
Come on,
logic.
man.
It's boys and it's girls in the classroom. There's nothing else.
Right.
You know.
Hey,
The teacher if it's a woman, it's just an older girl.
Hey, y'all might as well start. Y'all might as well start persecuting the females who are complaining about the transgender women that are dominating the sports.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh.
They're trying to tell you
The elder did it.
that you men don't need to be women fucking up they world.
Yeah.
What's Brittany Griner gonna do when you got a big, feminine-looking shack-ass nigga, Zion Williams, if you will?
Yeah.
If he went in drag, that could drop step on everybody. What you gonna do about that?
Man.
It's not equal, man. Quit trying to make shit. It was funny. It was cool when they were getting the advantages of being able to do what men do. Now that the door is open and men can now be women and do what they do, the shit ain't fair. See how the double standard? It ain't right.
Watch put some men in the fucking WNBA.
Yeah, you put one man in that WNBA, I guarantee he'd be the MVP every year. And probably win the ring too.
Win the championship every year.
Yep.
Hey, bro,
Dunking all over them bitches.
Yeah.
What happened to they put that transgender in UFC? She was knocking bitches out left and right, man.
Hey, the
some of
handball,
them
bro.
got they shit broke.
The handball, bro. The handball.
Oh, yeah.
And he was gripping the rock like Shaq and me.
You got
Boxing niggas out and stuff.
you got the dude doing the weightlifting. He broke all the records in one day.
The records and then he went back to being a man just to prove a point.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's confusion.
Yeah.
It's bizarre, man.
How do you classify that?
That shit is it's mental illness, man.
Yeah.
But it's being diagnosed as something normal.
Insanity.
You know?
They're putting in the realm of sanity.
Yeah, appreciate it. Isaiah 24:5, verse 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languishes and fadeth away, the haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth is also defiled. The earth also is defiled on the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
The everlasting covenant, to start that off, is just what the Most High blueprinted out to be on the earth. He had it all set up the right and perfect way, but you people want to go and change it up, and now look how confused the world is today. And it's only getting worse. We still got we think that when we always think that wickedness can't get any worse, then tomorrow happens.
Yeah.
And there's some more wickedness tomorrow that outweighed yesterday. That's just how bad the society is and how fast this wickedness is truly growing on earth.
Bro, it's just getting out of hand, man.
Yep.
You know, and they're adding more and more perversion in the world. And it's all coming from the wicked inventions of men.
That's right.
You know? I wouldn't be surprised if they come out with a third party sex. That sounds bizarre in itself, man.
Yep.
You're a certain gender, but it has to be in third person or some shit.
Yeah.
Just some way
they
out
had
shit.
it in the movie, bro. They had it in Demolition Man, where they were having sex spiritually. They wasn't even physically touching each other. She's like, wait, why did you stop? He said, I didn't even start. Like, what are you talking about? Because they put the little helmet things on that have them feeling each other's senses, and that was the whole way sex was.
Mark of the Beast, RFID chip technology, all the way back then when Demolition Man came out.
Yep.
You know, and it's like the brother was saying, this is bizarro world. It's going to get worse and worse every day. And if you don't got the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai on you, you're gonna bug out, or you're gonna fall right into it. And falling into that and bugging out, you're gonna catch a missile. You know.
Got a couple precepts. You still read, right?
No, this
that in Job 24, it was another scripture in that chapter that I want. Job 24. It's let me see. Verse 17.
I looked at 17 on your page.
Yeah.
Job 24:17. For the morning is to them even as the shadow of death. If one
And when the
knoweth,
light should be rising up, giving you sure paths and brightness to see everything as it is, it's still darkness. Spiritual darkness still. You got it, bro.
if one know them, they are in the terrors of the shadow of death.
Yeah. You wonder why evil shit keep happening to these people. My God. You know?
Yeah, did a damn transgender get put to death? I think out in Texas or DC somewhere.
Yeah,
Two of them, I think.
Yeah. A lot of them committing suicide.
Yeah.
Gender regret, or trans regret, or whatever it is. A lot of people realizing this way of life ain't what it's all cracked up to be. Because they fell for the Kool-Aid, they drank Esau's Kool-Aid, man. They drank this philosophy, and now that they've been opened up to it, thinking of professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. You know? We were talking about the light. I had a couple of talking about the light.
I got one too.
Bring it up.
No shot. The battery?
This is John 3:19. And this is the condemnation that the light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light,
That was a one.
neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved.
Hey, and usually to tell if they hate the light is all you got to do is just bring out the law. Go into these different laws that prohibits these different actions that are being done by our people, man. You bring out Leviticus 20 and 13. If a person is a homosexual, they gonna hate the Bible. You know?
They gonna question the validity.
They're gonna say a man wrote that and all type of shit, man.
Yeah, they could be going to Christian church for 20, 30 years, man.
God.
Yeah, you bring out that law on their ass, man. Yeah, that's the Old Testament.
Yep.
But it says the same thing. It reiterates it in the New Testament, in Romans.
Romans, the first
Yeah.
chapter.
Battery's dead.
Yeah, man.
So ain't no getting away around it. The law is the law.
Yep.
You know, the laws were literally etched in with a laser in stone. So it's the laws is gonna abide forever. We're gonna be living by the same laws in the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah, Yahushua said in Matthew 5, he said, one jot or one tittle should no wise pass from the law to all be fulfilled.
Yep.
Right? To heaven and earth pass.
Yeah,
And the scripture, Ecclesiastes said, the earth is abiding forever, man.
Right.
Yep. And whosoever shall break one of these least commandments, the same shall be,
and shall
teach men, and shall
Yep.
teach men so,
Yep.
they shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven. So, if you get offended by what we're saying, that's because you're in the dark and you don't want to come into the light. Because if you come into the light, it's going to expose you. You know?
Which we up here, you know, hey, the light was shown to us. We got humble. You know,
We got cut. We felt cut.
we got cut, man.
Deep.
You know, you gotta be humble before you come in this thing.
That's what it means to repent. You repent, basically you become humble, man. Because now you acknowledge your fault, your iniquity, that you was on the wrong path, man.
And the fear of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. That's the other part that pushes you into action once you're humble. Okay, I'm already a dead man. For the shit I done done before this too, I'm a dead man. Let me try to ease this up. And Lord, what did I earn my salvation in this?
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
Right. Yeah, another verse, right?
Yeah, come on. Verse 21, back in John 3. But he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in the Most High.
Yeah, hey, you shall know a tree by its fruits, man. You know? Your fruits is what? Your works, man. What you're doing, what are you producing? You're gonna know the difference between those that are doing good and those that are doing evil, man. And the Lord's gonna judge both. Whether you've done good or bad in the body, everybody's work's gonna be brought to judgment, man. Okay? So if you try to hide in the dark so you don't want to be reproved, well, hey, that's cool. Basically you want to be cold. You don't want to be lukewarm. You don't want to be hot for the Lord. You want to be cold and you want to just be off in the world doing your wickedness.
Which means
be
you just
comfortable.
That's okay.
That's
take
cool.
My missile. Okay, that's what you basically saying.
Yeah. So when your destruction comes, take it cheerfully, man.
Shut the fuck up and get alive.
They hate the light.
That's Satan. Satan gets
Is that
mad.
the same one from last week?
Satan talk. No, that's a different devil.
Edomite.
Man.
That'd be funny if the Lord angel do something to his ass. Roll it. This angel just roll his ass in front of one of these fucking trucks.
One of these big ass buses.
One of these taxis and shit.
Probably gonna let a group of fucking hyena ass niggas fuck with him before the day's out.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, go ahead, Al.
Proverbs 22:4. By humility and the fear of the Lord are riches and honor and life.
Right. By humility. You know, with that humility, you have the opportunity to see things from a humble perspective, from a fearful perspective, with the view from a heavenly Father that executes vengeance upon the ungodly and the sinner, but also rewards the righteous. So what are you going to do? If his word says he rewards, without faith it's impossible to please him, and he's a great rewarder, you must believe that he is. Guess what? You're going to do what it is to appease this man. You know? There's more.
Proverbs 21:11. 12. The righteous man wisely considers the house of the wicked.
Yep.
But the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, overthroweth the wicked for their wickedness.
Yes. Yeah. Quick one. Yeah. Sirach 18:27. A wise man will fear in everything, and in the day of sinning, he will beware of offense. But a fool will not observe time.
He ain't gonna realize that, hey, you're being tested in this moment. Hey, like the brothers read in his, he's aware of the house. He's aware of the house of sin. Was it the house of iniquity? I forgot the word he used. In the scripture you read. I'll read it. Yeah.
Proverbs 21:12. The righteous man wisely considers the house of the wicked.
He wisely considers the house. Hey, am I inside that? Am I over there doing the wickedness that the wicked is doing? Let me see where I'm at to make sure I'm away from that. Okay? You gotta consider you gotta examine thyself daily, whether you be in the faith, or if you're about to set somebody up, a believer, set a stumbling block before somebody. You know, thinking that you're righteous. This can happen so easily, and you not know. You gotta really consider yourself and consider your ways.
Stephen
No, it was just 1 Thessalonians 5.
I got something else. So Sirach 32, 17 and 18. A sinful man will not be reproved, but findeth an excuse according to his will.
Hey, how many days? That what y'all doing is beautiful, but you know I gotta get this money. I got bills to pay.
They say I can't get with these robes.
Yeah, I can't get with these robes. It's just the one thing that I hear it, man. But you know, keep doing what y'all doing, though.
Better yet, another example. The recent example. The three little GMO magpies that was eating a Whataburger up in that car, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They had every excuse in the world just complaining.
Yeah.
Because really there was some niggas.
Yeah.
They didn't put off the old man. They hated the light. They want to find excuses to go back into the dark where they were comfortable, man.
Yeah.
They never was in the truth.
And all the people in the darkness.
This truth made me hate the world, man. I hated
what it's
people.
supposed to do.
Of course you're supposed to hate this world, man.
A wise man, what does it go? Ecclesiastes 7. A wise man is mad at the oppression. I forgot how it goes.
Oppression to make a wise man mad.
Oppression maketh the wise man mad.
Yeah, first
when
was
you
that.
start to see it, it hurts, man. It's like, man, fuck. I can't do shit, you know. But the wisdom is what'll open you up to stick to the righteous thing. Because the world's gonna disown you. First chance it gets, as soon as it realizes that you really sincerely trying to be righteous, it's gonna abandon you. The world is gonna abandon you.
Yeah, man. And this world is like it says in 1 John 5 and 19, and the world lieth in wickedness, man.
Yeah.
Everything that you see happen in this world, if it's outside of the program of the Most High, within the ministry of the elect, it's all wickedness, man.
Right.
It's all wickedness. The Most High disapproves of everything. He's not in agreement. He doesn't condone none of that shit, man. He's just allowing it a bill for his will, man. For prophecy's sake. Okay? It says, a man of counsel will be considerate, but a strange and proud man is not daunted with fear, even when of himself he have done without counsel. You know, a lot of our people, they're presumptuous in their ways, man, in their sin. You know? And what does it mean to be presumptuous? It means to be arrogant, not daunted with fear.
Yeah.
You know?
Considerate and inconsiderate of your ways.
Yeah, man.
Think you can do no wrong.
Somebody that's just self-willed, man. That's the attitude of these people because they learn from the serpent to do as thou wilt.
That's right. Yep.
So you're gonna have women advocating for, you know, women's liberation, feminism. You know, they push for men and women to be equal, which really they ain't trying to be equal with you.
They want the top spot, man.
They make it clear that they're over you, man.
They're going for the crown.
Okay. And they're bold as hell too. And we're above these men. We're over these men.
Yeah.
There's literally feminists out there saying that, man.
Yeah. And how come they're not being checked? They're not being checked for toxic femininity.
Right.
But if a man stand up as a regular man, he's being condemned as a labeled and condemned as toxic masculinity. Just being a regular man, not even tripping off of women, just stating his perspective as a man in the world.
Yeah, you had one video on World Star where you had this. She looked Middle Eastern. I don't know if she was Ishmael or a kite or whatever. But she was sitting. It looked like they was in a airport or wherever, the area where you sit, wait for your flight or wait for your bus or wherever they was at. Yeah. She was basically sitting. And she was at the terminal. She was sitting in her seat, and she had her basically some little ass crotch shorts. You know, them little bitty ass shorts that these women are always walking around with. But she's sitting with her legs up in the seat, with her thighs basically like spread wide open. Man spread, right?
Yeah.
So, and the man, he's actually sitting there filming her, and she's acting like he ain't got the phone, like putting it on camera. She's sitting there, and she having a conversation with her friend, and looking down and looking around, and he's sitting right there, just getting it. It's on World Star, man. It's no uproar. It's nobody's basically telling the lady like, excuse me, but can you sit properly like a lady? That there's children around here. Nobody said nothing, man. No outrage or nothing. But if a man does that on the train, he gotta basically get up and get off the train or be fined or something.
Walk around with no shirt on.
That's why the law is righteous, where it says women shouldn't put on a man's apparel, garment. If she had a dress on, we wouldn't have that problem. She wouldn't have, it would look.
The Kelly Bundy miniskirt dresses. Yeah. We're talking a righteous dress that covers up your curves.
A passion knee.
Yeah, right. Below the ankle. To that effect.
Man, really, 100% of these hoes in America need to go to etiquette school.
Yeah. They don't know shit.
Women back, and even 100 years ago, man, they went to etiquette school. Man. Learn how to eat properly, sit properly, talk properly.
Have good feminine hygiene.
Right.
And part of that was knowing when not to speak. That's just big enough in itself. Knowing what role that you're in. That's part of what etiquette school was about. Making sure that you're in your role in society.
Yeah. So going back to the scriptures, man. The world gross darkness covered the people, man. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as a potter's clay, man.
That's right.
Everything is upside down, man. It's out of order. Okay, this is the shadow of death without order, man. All right, it tells you as Psalms 82, it says the earth, they stumble in darkness, the earth is out of course. They know not at what they stumble. Because really all these ways of darkness, they stumble at it because it's like they don't know that it's wicked. They don't. It's like they don't know, because society ain't telling them what's moral and what isn't. They're telling you to tolerate and accept any type of perversion, man, and mannerisms, man.
Hey, you talking about etiquette school? This is our etiquette school, right? This is our schoolmaster right here. Teaching us the proper etiquette in the earth. That's accepted by the heavenly. Okay? Teaches you to stay away from wickedness. Teaches you how to deal with people. Teaches you everything you need to know about how to live life as a man upon earth. And a woman upon earth. Children, the whole nine. But this is for the Israelites to have this wisdom. Okay?
What does Deuteronomy 4 say?
I got a quick one real quick. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, I'm going to start down in verse 4. It says, but ye brethren are not in darkness. We're brethren because we're in this word. We understand this word, and we understand the wisdom that is teaching us and how to clean ourselves up and wash ourselves with it. Okay, to be presentable. Anyway, it says etiquette, if you will, right? That day should not, that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. So we're not into those sinful ways and those ways of darkness. We're examining ourselves and considering the house of the wicked to not be a part of that. All right, it says, therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. Hey, because a lot of you that's blind to this thing, to the righteousness of the earth, that's choosing all these darkness and these wicked ways, you're asleep. You're spiritually asleep and spiritually dead. Until the Most High opens your mind, opens your eyes, and opens your ears, you're not gonna hear it, and you're not gonna choose the righteous path. You're gonna stay on that wicked path of darkness. It says, ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for a helmet the hope of salvation. Now that hope is an expectation. How do we have an expectation? Because we have faith, and we have faith and love for the Most High, that we're going to try to appease Him to escape the perils that are to come. so we don't be partakers with the darkness and the sins and the punishments and judgments of those that are in darkness. You got something?
LBG has something.
I looked up the word etiquette. I don't know if y'all.
Yeah.
It's from the Edamon line. It says etiquette. It says from 1750 from French, etiquette, prescribed behavior. It says Old French, estiquette.
Prescribed behavior. What's the prescribed behavior for Israel? You can get that in Deuteronomy 4.
Yeah.
You know, it gives us the righteous way to live upon the earth. This was prescribed for man that should walk upon the earth, particularly given to his chosen people.
It's Deuteronomy 4 and
6, something like that. 5. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah. It was 4. And 8. And what nation is there so great that have statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which is set before you this day?
Yeah, it teaches you etiquette, teaches you how to deal with one another, etiquette between people, etiquette for yourself, etiquette within your family, within certain rankings of the people, of your elders or those that are above you, your elderly, the young children.
Puts everything in its proper order.
Right.
You know, the Most High gave us His law, statutes, and commandments for a reason to follow, to live by, because it's the righteous way to live. It's the correct way to do things. You know, there's a right and there's a wrong way. And all the ways of Esau and all the ways of this world are the wrong way. And the men of the Lord, we're trying to tell you the right ways, the righteous ways of the Lord, the correct way. Not to eat pork and shrimp because it's bad for you. It's bad for your bodies. You Israelites, the heathens, they can eat pork and shrimp. They don't got
another purpose for those things.
Yeah, it wasn't given to them. It wasn't given to them the law, statutes, commandments. So they eat these abominable foods. Their bodies are not built like our bodies, our spiritual temples. You know, so the laws are perfect. Us the people, we're not perfect right now. We're not in our right mind. Or we're striving to get there, but we're not perfect. That's why we got to try to follow. That's why we follow these laws, statutes, commandments to the best of our ability, because they're righteous. You got it.
Go back to
Better not. They ain't got nowhere to castle at.
2 Kings chapter 22, verse 13, and read the 16. Go ye inquire of the Lord for me and for the people and for all Judah concerning the words of this book that is found, for great is the wrath of the Lord that is kindled against us, because our fathers have not hearkened unto the words of this book.
Our forefathers that failed us in teaching us the righteous ways to live under Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
Because our fathers have not hearkened unto the words of this book to do according unto all that which is written concerning us. So Hilkiah the priest and Acham and Akbor and Shaphan and Asaiah went unto Huldah the prophetess, the wife of Shalom, the son of Tikva, the son of Harhas, keeper of the wardrobe. Now she dwelt in Jerusalem in the college, and they communed with her. Now I looked up college, and the Hebrew is from the Hebrew word.
Showing you that Jake started college, by the way. We're the originators of college.
Abraham taught them Hamites mathematics. You know, they like to look at the hieroglyphs in Egypt and everything and think that, oh, these Egyptians are so deep. No, Abraham taught those Hamites.
What's the Hebrew word for math? So that word for college is mashana, which means double copy, second repetition, double copy of the law.
Copy of the law.
So that's reading the law, man.
Hey, like a library.
Yeah.
It's contained with books, but our books is copies of the law, man.
Yeah. They had the prophets, you know, the prophets before them, the scrolls, you know.
The scrolls, man.
Yep.
That's why when you read the scriptures, it really wasn't originally broken down in the chapters. It was just
it's a scroll.
It's a scroll.
It was a writing.
It's
of
writing.
The
Yeah.
inspiration just came. Yep.
Yeah, the little history. Well, this is called a codex.
Codex.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, and this came about during the Roman Empire, man. You know, way after Book of Kings was written.
Hey,
right?
it's a reason why the heathen, and you had even countless situations where men rose up to try to basically burn up the copies of the word.
Oh, Maccabees.
It's because this word is what keeps Israel in their highest
way, yeah,
in their highest
form,
form, man.
yep.
Remembrance too.
Because of the spirit of His word, and then the wisdom that we practice within it, keeps us closer to the most. Hey, somebody get that in Wisdom of Solomon. I get it.
I'll get it.
Wisdom of Solomon 6.
I'm asking.
Yeah, keep going what you got. Yeah.
Verse 15, and she said unto them, Thus saith the Lord power of Israel, tell the man that sent you to me, Thus saith the Lord, Behold, I will bring evil upon this place and upon the inhabitants thereof, even all the words of the book which the king of Judah hath read.
Same books that the kings read. The righteous days, when those leadership was in righteous order.
I got that account in where they burnt up the books.
Maccabees.
Yep.
Maccabees 1 or
It's First Maccabees 1. And 1 in 56. And when they had rent in pieces the book of the law,
tearing the books up, man.
yep, which they found, they burnt them with fire.
Yep.
That's proven what the brother said, because when we don't have our book, this is the guide to our life.
Yep.
You know, in these times, in the times before, and when we don't have our book, we just follow any wind of doctrine. You know,
We're destroyed. We become Gentiles. We become like them, and that's when the Most High is basically He would withdraw Himself from us, and basically He's basically as long as we're away from our source, the Most High is nigh. He's not nigh to us. He's away from us, man. But when we're here, He's nigh unto us, man. And these nations, they've been able to be successful against us because they took this away from us, man.
Separated from it.
And Esau, he took it and he brought it to us, but he interpreted it and basically he used it in a corruptible way, and it still kept us destroyed, man. If they can master our book and present it to us as a weapon against us, then they still got the advantage. You know,
beautiful thing, Salaki, the beautiful thing, the book of Eli is exactly what was said. In the book of Eli, first off, they burned the book. But he said they burned all the books after the war. Talking about World War III, after the war, they burned all the books so this wisdom wouldn't be out to the people. So in the book, they finally got to one. There was only one copy left, and Eli had it, right? Well, Carnegie was like, well, I need that book. I need that book so I can control the people. The same wicked vibration that Esau's in using the book. And that's why Eli was like, nah, you can't have the book. He said, for you, I haven't found a place that this book belongs to help those people that's humble and righteous.
Eli had the book in the spirit.
Right, and that's what's beautiful at the end. He had the book.
Deuteronomy, the 33rd chapter.
Yeah, hold on, let me grab this right there. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 16. Matter of fact, No, I'm gonna start at verse 16. All scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High, and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of the Most High may be, who's the man of the Most High? The Israelites. Okay? That the man of the Most High may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works. Because it shows you the proper etiquette of how to deal in every situation. And the mind state and the actions that you should take in every situation. We've already told you about know to whom thou doest good, and do good unto the righteous, and do not good unto the sinner. Okay, it's showing you that's a clear one. that you should easily be able to see. You got something?
Yeah. That wisdom.
Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 11.
Yep.
Wherefore set your affections upon my words, desire them, and ye shall be instructed.
There it is. That was the etiquette. The etiquette and the wisdom is instructing you on how to act in society, how to act amongst your brethren, how to act within your family, how to act at church. And this is the real church. I'm not talking about in there dancing and hoopla and all of that in circles and chanting with demons on it and begging for money. I'm talking about to instruct in the proper righteousness of the Heavenly Father and to warn the people through the prophecies of things to come, of bad times to come.
Go pretty good with that.
Romans 15 and 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
But the history and the wisdom out of the law, statutes, and commandments is what instruct us in righteousness. Okay? It said it was profitable for doctrine, reproof, and instruction in righteousness. Okay, go ahead, bro.
That we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
The comfort of the scriptures, we might have an expectation of better things to come. When everything that we're prophesying about is all bad. On the first wave of it. Okay? I mean, there's a lot of layers, but I'm saying pre-kingdom of heaven, it's all bad. If you're not of the elect. Was it on that? Let that brother bring in. You got something else?
I'm looking for
Okay.
something.
You got it.
Proverbs.
Go back to Wisdom of Solomon.
Proverbs 30 and 5. Every word of Yahweh is pure. He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him.
He is a shield or a protection unto them that put his trust in him. How? By enabling you to use that wisdom to get yourself into righteous situations and out of negative situations.
Add thou not unto his words, lest he reprove thee, and thou be found a liar.
Yep. To correct you and you be caught going off, teaching the wrong things, practicing the wrong things. Was it on that? Go back to Wisdom of Solomon right quick. Start up at 12.
It's Wisdom of Solomon chapter 6 and verse 12. Wisdom is glorious and never fadeth away. Yea, she is easily seen of them that love her, and found of such as seek her.
This wisdom is also the light. Okay? It lights the path in a world of darkness, and it's a sure light unto the feet of the righteous on the righteous path. It helps guide you away from the potholes and the missteps.
And then, the ditches and pitfalls and
thorns
stuff.
and all of that you can run into.
She preventeth them that desire her, and making herself first known unto them who seeketh her early.
Hey, that's the messed up thing about you 2/3, man. You 2/3 act like wisdom never presented itself to you. Whether it's the mineral law or the street presented itself, or just that thought in your mind of, nah, maybe I should fuck. The homie was real cool, we grew up together. Maybe I shouldn't fuck this woman, man. Maybe I shouldn't smoke this blunt because this is going to lead to this and that and on and on and on. Whatever wickedness that you are, righteousness and wisdom offer itself to choose the righteous path. The Most High always leave you a way out. He don't leave you trapped with the only way out is through wickedness. No, He gives you a righteous path. But a lot of you can't discern that that's the righteous way. You don't go to that way.
In making herself first known unto them, whoso seeketh her early shall have no great travail, for he shall find her sitting at his door.
You're gonna find him ready at every opportunity, every moment that he leads himself, that he's led into. He's gonna have wisdom to guide him through it. Whether it be a good situation or bad, the wisdom is gonna make it into a profitable situation for him. Whether he's learning through tribulation, or whether he's just navigating around the wickedness.
What does the scripture say? Because you said the Most High gives you an out. He gives you a
1 Corinthians 10.
He gives you a right or left, a yes or no. He gives you the decision through wisdom.
Yep.
It's on you to use it. And what does the scripture say? The Most High tempteth no man to do evil. So you're not tempted of the Most High. The Most High not making you. That's on you.
You chose.
You
wrong.
chose that. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And it's like, and Israel knows that because back then we had the law, but they still did it knowing better. So, like Moses said, life and death is set before you. Jay always chose death, or they always chose to go off so the Most High can get pissed off, and he would end up putting Jake in slavery up under the other nations, man. And these nations, they played on that, man. As we can get these niggas and Hispanics to worship our gods and do what we're doing, we know that their God ain't with them, man.
They don't stick around and do the idol worship and incense burning that we do.
Get Jeremiah, what's that? Jeremiah 5 and 13, real quick. I think it might be Isaiah. Try Isaiah 5 and 13. Get Isaiah 5 and 13.
Isaiah chapter 5, verse 13. Therefore my people are gone into captivity because they have no knowledge, and their honorable men are famished, and their multitude dried up with thirst.
Yeah, our people are starving, man. They thirsty.
You need some water.
You know? Basically, Israel have not obtained that which they seeking for, man.
Hey, when the Most High gave us, matter of fact, go ahead, I just pull a piece up.
Read that again. Read that verse again.
Therefore my people are gone into captivity because they have no knowledge.
Yeah, you're not even considering why you're in this condition. Why is the Most High putting curses on you? Why are you the main ones getting shot down by the police? Every chance they get, they blowing you niggas away, man. You don't have to do a damn thing.
Yep. Edomites do crimes and these heathens do crimes.
They don't get blown away.
These niggas is the only ones getting shot.
Why is that, man?
And when we say that you're the only ones getting shot, okay, there's cases of Edomites getting shot, of heathens getting shot, but particularly as a whole, our people get shot on with high probability.
Yeah. The Jake Trump.
Yeah, we're way at the top of getting shot down by cops,
Yeah.
murdered by cops.
You could be a pregnant woman and still get got.
Yeah.
They don't care if you got another nigga in your belly, man.
Right.
You know? Hey, you're destroyed because of the lack of knowledge, man. You're not acknowledging your sins, your wickedness, man. But you steady complaining, steady outside marching. You know, still begging for Esau to stop. Still begging for justice. Still asking for handouts. You want reparations. But you ain't considering why the fuck are you going through this, man? You know? And Esau knows who you are. These nations, they know who you are, man.
Even if you don't, they know.
Con. So that's why they keep forwarding, this negative energy towards you, man.
Forwarding your affliction.
That's why they keep, pushing plantation Christianity on you. That's why they pushing LGBT heavy on you. They trying to make sure you men are afraid of the gay mafia, to where now you it's like you don't even have dignity no more, man. You afraid to speak out against them. You want acceptance from them. There's a reason behind all that, man. It tells you that in Psalms that he seeketh to cast him from his excellency. Psalm 62. Our excellency is us coming in righteousness, being the sons of the Most High, man, in His wisdom. Okay. That's our excellency, man. This word, man. And with this word comes what? Power. This is our preeminence. This is what makes us exalted above all the other nations, man. This is what makes us a special and holy people. Separate. But Esau seeks to cast us from that by keep on spoon feed you that bullshit, man. This philosophy. All right? His wine, man.
You turn talking about thirsty, how thirsty our people are because they have not obtained that which they seek it for, right?
Yep.
This is Jeremiah chapter 2. I'm gonna start at 25. I'm gonna jump back up to another precept up top. It says, withhold thy foot from being unshod, that waist from being uncovered by the righteous acts of his word. Okay?
As a matter of fact, get 21.
Verse 21 it says, and I was going to jump up to 21
Are you going to jump up already?
Yeah, but I'll get it now. Verse 21, it's Jeremiah 2 and 21, it says, yet I had planted thee a noble vine, wholly a right seed. How then art thou turned into a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? Hey, he planted us right. He knew the type of spirit our people had, and then he gave us the proper watering and nourishment with his word and his wisdom and instruction that come from his word. But did we follow it? No. It says, for though thou washest thee with niter, which is like a soap, and take thee much soap, yet thine iniquity is marked before me, saith the Lord Yahweh. How canst thou say, I am not polluted, I have not gone after Balaam, see thy way in the valley, know what thou hast done, thou art swift dromedary, traversing her ways. A wild ass used to the wilderness, that snuffeth up the wind at her pleasure, and her occasion who can turn her away.
Yeah, dromedary is basically like a female camel. You know? A camel, if you set it right and you control it, you know, it'll go on the path wherever you want to take it.
Yep.
But if there's nobody there, if she's left to herself, she's gonna be wandering, you know, whatever direction.
She's gonna be stuck on that.
Yeah. And that's our people. Our people have wandered without a shepherd, man.
Right, because there was no guidance telling them, hey, stay away from Islam, stay away from the Christianity churches, stay away from the
Catholic Church, all that
stuff. That
all
makes perfect sense because the camel is stubborn.
Yep.
Like Israel.
It's smart because it'll obey if it's guided, but if it's left to itself, it becomes, like I said, it becomes strong-willed.
Like a horse.
A horse left to himself becomes willful, and a horse left to himself, a child left to himself is unbroken, becoming strong-headed.
Headstrong.
And the scripture says in Matthew that it's rarely a rich man will make it into the kingdom of heaven before a camel go through the eye of a needle. And the needle is like you have to go under door. That camel is a stubborn animal, like Israel.
It don't know how to think for itself.
Yeah.
It can't guide itself. Like in the first chapter of Isaiah, a horse knows his master's crib, and an ox knows his master's crib. You know, they know where the stubborn and ass is master's crib. The stubborn animals know where they belong, but our people don't know. We don't consider that the Most High has chosen us.
Yeah.
So there was more, but go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 14, 15. Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord, for I am married unto you, and I will take you one of a city, and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion, and I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
Gonna give you the right breakdowns through the Spirit so you can understand how to navigate with this wisdom, to put them in the proper context for you to apply it, and it to bring forth fruit unto you and your actions, as well as wake up to sleep and bring forth fruit in theirs, that they should return to the Heavenly Father. That was it. I was reading before that.
Who was you at?
Jeremiah 2. Yeah, I'm at 25 again. No, I'm at 24. It says, a wild ass used to the wilderness and snuffeth up the wind at her pleasure, and her occasion who can turn her away. All they that seek her will not weary themselves, in her month they shall find her. Withhold thy foot from being unshod, and thy throat from thirst. But thou saidest, there is no hope. No, for I have loved strangers, and after them will I go. And I want to jump up to verse 11.
Just like Israel playing the whore. I'm not gonna stay faithful. I want to see all these other niggas.
I'm gonna try that.
I want to try him. I want to try him. I want to play the field, you know. And then you see at the end of it all how you was treated. You know, they knew that. Hey, you ain't our woman. We just fucking over. You know. We don't care how we treat you, man. That's how these nations, how they treated us as a nation, man. You know? We went into captivity serving their gods, and all that happened was what? You was their slave, man.
We just wanted to hit that.
You know?
I don't want you.
They'll let you come and serve their God. You know? But your God don't accept them. They can't come and serve your God, man. You know? There's like a woman that, you know, she's showing bits and pieces of fidelity. So you be like, you know what? You gotta go. You gotta get out of here. So you kick her out, and now she's going from hoping who can accept her. She's looking for acceptance from all these different men trying to get security.
Looking for someone to take her in.
Yeah, somebody to take her in, and they like, shit, you can come in and give me some head or some shit. But I ain't finna treat you like you my wife.
Number one, my main chick.
You know?
I ain't about to feel like you're a virgin.
For real. Treat you like shit, man. And that's how you've been treated by these nations, man. You know? So, hey, why would you want to do that, man? Why would you want to do that to yourself? And these nations, they take advantage of you in that estate, man.
Yeah.
They take advantage of that. Okay? And I want to find that scripture in Judith. I think it's Judith 5 in 2021. If somebody can find that for me, because the nations back then, they knew that if they could get us away from our power,
That's
they got us.
scripture I was thinking.
They got us, man. You know, Psalms 83, that conspiracy. You know, this is the day that we look for. We have found it. We have seen it. Yeah, getting you to worship Allah, getting you to worship Cesare Borgia. Okay? While you celebrate your pagan holidays and giving all your money to them. You know? If somebody want to get it,
25 and 20.
yeah, 20. Start at 19.
This is Judith 5 and 19. But now are they returned to their power.
18.
Judith 5 and 18.
17.
And whilst that they sin not before their power,
While they sin not before their power, go ahead.
they propose
What's like? Did they?
Read it again from the top.
and whilst they sin not before their power, they prospered because their power that hateth iniquity was with them.
Because the Heavenly Father was with us when we was connected to this book. We prospered being in righteousness with the Most High. Keep going.
But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and had led captives into a land that was not theirs.
I'm talking about Babylon.
Yep.
That's what happened, man. Okay, we were led into captivity for the lack of knowledge, man.
Right.
So we got carried away, even our kings, over there to Babylon. And our temple got destroyed, man.
Right.
I
Ransacked.
say it too.
Yep.
And the temple of their power was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies.
Yep.
And that happened even again later on with the Roman Empire. All right, with the besiegement of Jerusalem 70 AD. The Romans took that shit over, man. You got the Archetitus commemorating that event.
Yep.
What they was taken out of the temples,
It's
just
now
like
fact in history.
yeah.
All that gold and silver.
Yep.
They ransacked the temple and took it out. Took the book of records, but what we knew who was an Israelite and who wasn't an Israelite. You know, their father by their father's side. That book of records was taken out.
Census, if you will.
Yeah, census. And these Edomites, they probably got it in the Vatican somewhere. You know, they have all that gold and everything they tear out of the temple. It still exists. It's still here with it this day. We're going to get it back in the kingdom of heaven. You know, when the kingdom is established. All right, verse 19. But now are we returned to their power. But now are they returned to their power and are come up from the places where they were scattered.
Yep, and this was after we were delivered out of Babylon, and we were able to come back, during the Persian Empire. We built the temple. Yep, we was allowed to go back under the orders of Darius, come back and start building the temple and the wall in the temple. You read the book of Ezra and Nehemiah.
First Ezra too.
Yeah, first Ezra, all that, man. Go ahead.
And have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hills country, for it was desolate. Yep. Now therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and my Lord now pass by.
Hey, basically, if these niggas, if they continue to sin against their God, their power, man, then hey, we got the advantage over them. We can actually go and spoil them. Basically, their God giving us the green light to come get their ass when they go off.
Yeah.
They knew that, man. You think to this day they don't know that? They at least know damn well who we are. So that's the reason why.
Of our brethren.
That's why, man.
To the Most High,
that's why they keep putting that bottle to us to keep us naked, man.
Accuse us day and night.
That they may look upon our nakedness, man.
Let me read that again.
Now therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their power, let us consider that this is their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
Let's consider this their ruin. He's not going to protect them, which he said he would. If we went off from the ways of him.
That's the conditions of the curses in Deuteronomy, man. Go ahead.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their power be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
Man, so basically, if we in order, and if Jake was to repent, the Most High would come and take these devils out like that, man. Just like that, man. If all of Israel got together, man, if they got it together and got in order, man, the Most High would defend us, man.
Right. He's don't defend the elect. That's coming back
and that's what I was alluding to, man. Mm-hmm. He's gonna come down and defend his chosen, man. He's gonna come back and defend his chosen, man. Those that stood stiffly for righteousness, man, for the name of the Lord, man.
Right.
Those that sighed and cried for all abominations that be done in the midst.
Yep. Them that are standing on their feet in great boldness.
Con. So really, the Most High still has the green light on the 2/3. Okay, they're gonna be spoiled. They're gonna be the ones that's gonna be getting steamrolled on out here, man, because they're still in sin and refuse to come up out of it.
Quickly, so.
Yep.
2nd Ezra 16, verse 73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, power. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your God, and the God of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Lord Yahweh. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. That's the elect, right? Here's the 2/3 part. Woe be unto them that are bound with their sins and covered with their iniquities. Like as a field is covered with bushes, and a path thereof with thorns, that no man may travel through, it is left undressed and is cast into the fire to be consumed there. So if you're not following after Yahweh Shai and all righteousness, then you won't be destroyed.
get go to the 15th chapter and get like around the 27th verse. Yeah, 27.
Second out of 15, verse 27, it says, "Yep, for now are the plagues come upon the earth, and ye shall remain in them, for the Most High shall not deliver you, because you have sinned against him."
That's
It
plain.
is, yep.
Yeah, man.
Verse 26, 24. Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, saith the Lord Yahweh. I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children of the power, defile not my sanctuary. For the Lord Yahweh knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction. For now are the plagues come upon the whole world, and ye shall remain in them, for the Most High shall not deliver you, because you have sinned against him.
And now, is there a contradiction? No.
No.
Basically, this time the Lord is going to deal with the 2/3, or the stiff-necked, rebellious 2/3, and he's going to have mercy upon his elect. See, it was a point in time when we all had to get judged as a whole nation, even the righteous had to go to slavery. But now,
guilty by association sucks, man.
Yeah.
When you trying to do the right thing, and everybody around you is doing wrong, and everybody get looped in and swept up together, it sucks to go down for that.
That's why we judge as a nation.
bro, Yahweh Shai, how you think Yahweh Shai? He had the worst one, man.
He was innocent.
He had to go through that because we was fucking up, man.
Also, Hebrew, he had
Which,
to pay for his own
he messed
sin.
up too.
He had to pay for his own sin.
In his past life.
Adam, Bill Solomon.
Shit, you want to go deeper. Isaac and Adam, but particularly Adam. You know, he started this whole dark path by following after Eve, who was deceived by the serpent. No, but that's another time, another breakdown for this situation. But just saying, those things are balanced and fair through the Most High.
Yeah, we went through it as a nation, but now the Lord is getting ready to sever the elect from the rest of the nation.
And you get a more excellent ministry.
Right.
Amos chapter 9, verse 9 and 10. For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth.
Two different sifting situations, right? One is sifting the house of Israel from among the heathen, and then sifting the elect from among the nation of Israel.
Yeah.
Okay, two different sifts. If you're sifted out into the bad situation, I should say, then the Most High going to destroy you. But if you don't, if you remain in His hand, you get salvation. You're chosen of the elected, you get salvation.
Read verse 11 too. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old.
And just like He rebuilt the temple before, He's rebuilding the temple now. But this is a spiritual temple, a spiritual house that He's rebuilding, a spiritual army that He's rebuilding. Okay? But we're fishing for men's spirits and souls out of this thing. Not for just any old Israelite can make it. You so-called black man, come on in. Hey, with that same mentality, you leave out the confusion of faces that are Israelites. Which that's part of good news, that they get to come back into the fold. They get to out of those heathen nations and back into the lot of Israel. The blessings and all that come with being an Israelite.
Sirach 16 and 11. And if there be one stiff neck among the people, it is a marvel if he escape unpunished. For mercy and wrath are with him. He is mighty to forgive and to pour out displeasure. As his mercy is great, so is his correction also. He judges a man according to his works.
Yep. Somebody get Job. I think it's Job 34 and 29.
Job 34:29. When he giveth quietness, who then can make trouble? And when he hideth his face, who then can behold him? Whether it be done against a nation or against a man only.
Yeah, the Most High can turn his back to us as a whole nation, or to an individual that's pissing him off.
Yeah.
You know, he can do that. I'm gonna fuck you up for what you did, or you know what? I'm gonna fuck all y'all up.
Yeah.
Or matter of fact, no, I'm gonna let y'all get fucked up.
You know?
Like, you know?
When one person do something, everybody gotta run.
Yeah.
That's the same. That's the same as
military too.
Yeah.
Military. Yeah.
Yeah, you seen that movie Annapolis
No, I haven't
with
seen that.
Tyrese?
Oh yeah.
Bill had Tyrese. I guess he was like the head officer, and he had his trainees sitting at the table, and he asked one guy a question about what they're studying about maps and stuff like that, and the dude got it wrong. Well, he asked the dude the question. He's like, "You got your life on it? And, life of your crew members?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm positive that's the answer." And so he got the answer wrong, and so the whole team had to suffer. You know, he took the food from the whole team and gave it to the one guy that got the answer wrong.
And Private Powell and Full Metal Jacket. He punched the whole everybody till they learn to get their other member in and wink in line. And that's the mentality of how the Most High works for our nation. Well, this time, he's tired of seeing the righteous, the same righteous spirits that keep trying to do the right thing, but the same wicked spirits. He's like, man, I'm tired of dealing with y'all like this. I'm gonna let Yahweh Shai choose, or I'm gonna give him a grape of the cluster to choose, to be righteous with him, to show like he said, the vessels fitted for destruction. When it shows wrath on them, but also when it shows mercies on the righteous of our same nation.
Chapter 2, verse 6 and 7. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Israel, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they sold the righteous for silver, and the poor for a pair of shoes. They pant after the dust of the earth on the head of the poor, and turn aside the way of the meek. And a man and his father will go into the same maid to profane my holy name.
That happened.
So yeah, the Most High, he even would judge us. Even the righteous would get it, man. You know? I mean, was we not still under the curse even when the Lord and the disciples was on the scene? They all still had to pay taxes to Caesar, man. They still had to follow, up under the protocols of the Romans, even though they were keeping, the law of the Most High in Judea. They still had to obey, Roman law, man. Because they were still in captivity.
All law is lawful but not expedient. So they had, just like we are to this day. We try to follow the law, statutes, commandments to the best of our ability, but we know we're still under this rule of this devil Esau. So we can't handle it. We can't give righteous judgment on specific things.
We can't kill the pastor.
Yeah, we can't kill him. Exactly.
Be on our neck. We can't put a homosexual to death. A lot of things we can't have a fresh maid to wife. We gotta let them be all used up in their teenage years.
You can't have other women. You can't have other wives.
Just pop it up.
Yeah, just
It's dying again.
okay.
to the third one. So when it ends, just drop it
And
out.
once it stops, you just
Swap
pop
them
it out
start
and
it
then
back.
put the other one back in. Let somebody get we got First Kings 8 chapter. Basically, if we was to face the east and repent and call upon the name of the Lord, I think it's like First Kings 8. It's like around in the 40s.
I got it.
Yeah.
1 Kings chapter 8, verse 46. If they sin against thee, for there is no man that sinneth not, and thou be angry with them, and deliver them to the enemy, so that they carry themselves away unto the land of the enemy, far or near. Yet if they shall bethink themselves in the land whither they were carried captive, and repent, and make supplications unto thee, in the land of them that carried them captives, saying, we have sinned and have done perversely.
Hey, that's being humble. That's our people in a humbling state, man.
They acknowledge their offenses.
You're not so proud and arrogant that you can actually admit your faults, that you're wrong, that you're going off.
How hard is it to get checked today to admit that they misspoke and that they did something wrong?
This book is smarter than you niggas. It's smarter than you. What's the president, ex-president, Theodore Roosevelt? He said a thorough knowledge of the Bible is better than any college education.
Right.
So this book is smarter than you niggas, man.
Hey, you go into
You gotta
Wisdom
humble to the book.
So like you go into Wisdom of Solomon 17th chapter, all the analogies when you study them in the world, anything that really matters is inside this book. It'll give it to you. You know what I mean? There's a long list in Wisdom of Solomon, the 7th chapter, listing all the things that this Bible will break down and teach you, and even stuff that is secret and not manifested out, you can learn. The future things, prophecy, so on and so forth as well. Oh, was it on that?
No, still not. We have sinned and have done perversely. We have committed wickedness, and so return unto thee with all their heart and with all their soul in the land of their enemies, which led them away captive, and pray unto thee toward their land. And thou gavest unto their fathers the city which thou hast chosen, and the house which I have built for thy name. Then hear thou their prayer and their supplication in heaven, thy dwelling place, and maintain their cause. And forgive thy people that have sinned against thee, and all their transgressions wherein they have transgressed against thee, and give them compassion before them who carried them captive, and they that may have compassion on them.
And if I may say, you know what that means. The moment the Most High has compassion for us, meaning the Most High he's beginning to feel pity. Now he wants to deliver us. That means that these nations are gonna get jacked up.
That's right.
That means these nations gotta give us up. Like, oh shit, they God
Take
basically
them captives whose captives they were.
They God want they nation back, man.
Yep.
You know, like I want my woman back. You know, when you start feeling pity for us, hey, he's gonna come and deliver us, man. And guess what? We're still found in their hands. And this is the reason why Esau pushes so heavy that demonic vibration, so that you Jace can be so proud and arrogant in your ways, man.
Yep.
You know.
We got another one.
That's why when you see an Edomite here talking shit against us, normally it'll be them siding with the devil than with us.
Yep.
You know, they'll hear what he got to say before he hear us, man. You know? Yep.
Baruch chapter 4, verse 36 and 37. I'm sorry, 35. For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time. O Jerusalem, look about thee toward the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Yep. The word, man. That word being preached among all nations, you know. And now the Most High is beginning to have mercy upon us, man. Waking us up out of that slumber, out of that, basically waking us out of those graves, man. He brought us out of those graves because he had compassion upon us, man. He couldn't stand to see his inheritance just draped in the dirt, man. You know, the nations just pissing and shitting on it and doing whatever they want.
And when your car fails,
man.
When your car fails, you'll be pissed at it. You're like, man, fuck this car, man. And you just leave it out in the driveway or on the curb and then park them, you know, let it get all dirty and the heat withering it and breaking up the seats and drying it all out. But eventually you be like, you know what? It really wasn't that bad. Let me clean it up and see there's still some good out of it I can get out of it. Let me clean it up. But that's what the Most High gonna go back and clean us up. And that's this process washing with this word now that we're going through. Okay, we're being cleaned up through the Spirit of the Most High, that we may be worthy to make it into this wedding.
What's that number? What it says?
Two and like 30. We shall remember ourselves. Did we get it?
Yeah. You know what? Let me get this in 4.
Group 4 and 6. You were sold to the nations not for your destruction, but because you moved the Most High to wrath.
Hey, the same thing he said, I will not be with them if you transgress against me, but if you hold fast to me, I will be with you and protect you. You know, that's the same thing right there. He allowed the nations to come upon us and destroy us.
Ye were delivered unto the enemies, for ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to the Most High Yahweh.
Yep. Hey, that wasn't the one you wanted. That was a good one.
Yeah, I know this is good.
That was on point.
Ye have forgotten the everlasting power that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. For when she saw the wrath of the Most High coming upon you, she said, Hearken, O ye that dwell in about Zion, the Most High have brought upon me great mourning. For I saw the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting brought upon them. With joy did I nourish them, but sent them away with weeping and mourning.
And he's the Most High. He saw it, man. He saw what Israel went through. Like, man, I hated to do it, but hey,
I'm not
the
gonna
Most High,
like this.
yeah, the Most High doesn't. He doesn't enjoy seeing us, you know, just bugged out as a people, man. Without an inheritance, we don't have nothing to show for.
Yeah.
It's like we're good for nothing because He made us a holy, righteous seed. You are the salt of the earth, but you know.
Become a degenerate planet.
Yeah.
I gotta pray for what you just said.
It's Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 13. For the Most High made not death, neither have he pleasure in the destruction of the living.
Hey, man. Get was that Ezekiel?
Yeah.
Get Ezekiel. I want to say it's like the 18th chapter, like the last 2 verses.
I got something. It says, verse 31. Matter of fact, 30.
Yeah.
Yep, it says, 30. It says, therefore I will judge you, O house of Israel, every one according to his ways, saith the Lord Yahweh. Repent and turn yourselves from all your transgressions, so iniquity shall not be your ruin. Mm-hmm. Cast away from you all your transgressions, whereby ye have transgressed, and make you a new heart and a new spirit, New Jerusalem, right? For why will ye die, O house of Israel?
Why will you die? Why do you want to die, man?
You love death.
You really love death.
Get
You
the
love,
victory over it if you follow after me.
You love getting destroyed like that, man. You know, your women getting snatched away, and your children getting snatched away, raped. You know, you dying of hunger, famine, pestilence, man, diseases. Y'all love that, man. Y'all love filling up the hospitals, man. Y'all love dying early. You're not living out full lives, man. You love that. You know what I mean?
That's the life of Esau. Esau loves death. The Israelites are supposed to love life.
Yeah. It shouldn't be that hard a decision to choose which is which.
Man.
One more verse. It says, "For I have no pleasure in death of him that dieth, for the Lord Yahweh, wherefore saith the Lord Yahweh, wherefore turn yourselves and live ye."
Yeah, man, that's him talking to Israel. His brother that was that 2 Peter 3?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know, he's not slack concerning his promise. As some men count slackness. That 2 Peter 3:9.
Yeah, come. It says, verse 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance.
Talking about his people Israel.
He want all of us to come. He want all of us to come to repentance and come back to the laws and commandments.
Hey, well, did it say in the parable that Yahweh taught? He said, "Isn't it a glorious thing when a man returned from sin to righteousness?"
The angels rejoice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't want to see our whole nation do that?
But he already knows.
Yep. Two-thirds ain't gonna do it.
A remnant is selected for to be delivered, to be saved, and there's a remnant, or not even a remnant. You call them a multitude that's gonna have to perish, have to go through death by pain on the side. It was, and that was written from the beginning. You know, before the earth was created. That number, that preordained number, that predestined.
Ezekiel chapter 39, verse 22, I'm gonna read down. So the house of Israel shall know I am the Lord their power from that day and forth. And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity, because they trespassed against me. Therefore hid I my face from them, and gave them into the hand of their enemies. So fell they all by the sword, according to their uncleanliness, and according to their transgressions have I done unto them, and hid my face from them. Therefore thus saith the Lord power, now will I bring again the captivity of Jacob, and have mercy upon the whole house of Israel, and will be jealous for my holy name. After that they have borne their shame, and all their trespasses whereby they have trespassed against me, when they dwelt safely in their land, and none made them afraid.
We're in that righteous state, man. We will fully understand and have acknowledged all of our offenses, man.
Yeah.
Whether early on this side or after death by pain on the other side.
Yeah, because in the kingdom, Israel, they're gonna know, what they done in there, over here in America.
Yeah.
That's why they have that shame.
That's right.
The everlasting shame, man.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be worse for you guys that tasted of the righteous knowledge and turned away, man.
That heavenly gift, yeah.
Just turned away back into the world. It's
Follow
gonna be
back
worse
in the
for
mind.
you guys.
And those of you that received your consolation, y'all gonna be ashamed too, man. You're the men that basically sold your soul to the devil, man.
You men that are paid off to teach that the mark of the beast is not the RFID chip.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not gonna be a good thing to read about in the kingdom about yourself, man.
Right.
You one of the men that led a lot of our people to the missile fire, man. Shit.
And that's gonna be people in
And you ain't going
the kingdom of heaven.
yeah.
That role is gonna be fulfilled.
Con. And it ain't like when you read about it, you're gonna be getting cussed out for it.
Right.
We're gonna be righteous. You know, we ain't gonna be sinning.
Switch,
Ain't gonna be no need for that to happen. We all gonna love each other. But you're gonna know, you know, everybody's gonna know their own legacy, man.
Yeah,
We all gonna leave a legacy behind from this, man.
yeah, what you done to the prophets, you know, on this
Come on,
side, you know, scorning and talking shit, putting your hands on the prophets, you know. You're gonna know.
And what was that? Ezekiel 36 talks about how they shall loathe themselves. Ezekiel 36. It's like what if we in the kingdom and the Most High puts the law, statutes, commandments in our inward parts to do the law, then why would we even at any point in time, why would Israelites be loathing themselves? You know, what does it mean to loathe yourself? It means to basically to detest or despise, man. If you ain't doing nothing wrong, you ain't got nothing to feel. Remember that, man.
Yeah. A lot in this chapter, bro.
Yeah, it's 31. Well,
There's a lot in this
Yeah.
chapter.
Yeah.
Good chapter. Yeah, almost.
point to 31, but you don't know.
Yeah. You want me to go because that means a lot. It's pretty good. I'm gonna start.
Start at 25, man.
Start at 18.
Okay.
It says, matter of fact, 17. It says, "Son of man, when the house of Israel dwelt in their own land, they defiled it by their own way, and by their doings. Their way was before me as the uncleanness of a removed woman."
And our righteousness is as a filthy rags, man.
Yeah, rag, no pun intended, right? A woman that's got her filth or her monthly,
Yep.
you know? It says,
Bloody ass maxi pad, man.
yeah. So wherefore I poured out my fury upon them for the blood that they had shed upon the land, and for their idols wherewith they had polluted it. And I scattered them among the heathen, and they were dispersed through the countries.
Hold on, bro.
Yeah. It says, and I scattered them among the heathen, and they were dispersed through the countries according to their way and according to their doings. I judged them. And when they entered unto the heathen, whither they went, they profaned my holy name, and they said unto them, These are the people of the Lord, and are now one of his head of his land. Talking about the other nations, right? It says, But I had pity for mine holy name, which the house of Israel had profaned among the heathen, whither they went. Therefore say unto the house of Israel, Thus saith the Lord power Yahweh, I do not this for your sakes, O house of Israel, but for mine holy name's sake.
Yeah, for his holy name's sake, because remember he said he exalted his word above his own name. He's basically he made a covenant with us. He made a covenant starting back with Abraham. And it was gonna be trickled. It was gonna trickle down to his seed and his seed.
And what they say, a precious name is better than a good name is better than precious ointment. Those healing ointments.
Yep.
Well, the word could heal us, but his name is that precious name is what's healing us through that spirit of his name.
Let me get this quick scripture real quick. This is Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 40. It says, If they shall confess the iniquity of their fathers with their trespass which they trespassed against me, and that also they have walked contrary unto me, and that I have also walked contrary unto them, and have brought them into the land of their enemies, if then their uncircumcised hearts be humbled, and they did accept the punishment of their iniquity, then will I remember my covenant with Jacob, and also my covenant with Isaac, and also my covenant with Abraham will I remember, and I will remember the land.
Yep.
You know?
That's good, because it's going to go right into that in this chapter I'm reading. Yep.
So that's why the Lord said, not for your sake that I do it, but for my name's sake. Okay, because he's not a man that he should lie, man. He promised us he was gonna He was going to give us the land flowing with milk and honey. Okay, that we would be a nation above all the people upon the face of the earth.
He said that we would deliver us into that land. You know, we can't deliver ourselves. The Most High is going to, through his son Yahweh Shai, is going to put us into the land. All these things in the scriptures are coming to pass and must come to pass.
And he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek.
That's right.
And he's going to do his will accordingly, as he said he would. Hey, how faithful is that? And I said I was going to do it, and I'm doing it. We should learn it, because he delivered us out of Egypt. But then he said, if you profane, you go against me, I'm going to remove myself from out of your sight. So he's doing that. But then he also said, but I will not keep my wrath upon you forever. And he brought Yahweh Shai to deal with us, to bring us back unto himself. So he never lied.
Yeah.
How good is that, to have somebody that never lied to you, that always spoke, good or bad, did what they said they was going to do?
I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, you sons of Jacob are not consumed. The Lord even said that in Jeremiah. If you can number the stars of heaven, you know, if you could measure the sand of the sea, you know, if the ordinances of the sun and the moon, if you can get that to stop, then I'll cast away all the seed of Israel, man. You know, so basically, the Lord, He already made the promise. His word is etched in stone.
That's right.
So he's gonna have mercy upon his inheritance, man.
I got to read real quick.
Hebrews 6:10. For the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed towards his name, in that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's not going to forget. He like the scriptures, he's not going to forget all the prophecies and all the things that were spoken through the prophets from the Most High. In this book, he's going to do them. He's not going to forget the prophets that stood boldly for his name and for this word either.
Back in Ezekiel 36, verse 22, it said, thus saith the Lord power Yahweh, I do not this for your sakes, O house of Israel, but for mine holy name's sake, which ye have profaned among the heathen, whither ye went. And I will sanctify my great name, cleanse it, right? My great name, which was profaned among the heathen, which ye have profaned in the midst of them, and the heathen shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh.
Yep, that's right. And they profane the Lord's name and his son's name by calling him Jesus Christ, calling him God, putting that image of Cesare Borgia up, that, you know,
calling Yahweh,
all these false names. You know, that's how you profane the name of the Lord.
saying where's the promise of his coming.
Yeah.
You know, after hey, his name is he gonna do it.
Yeah, man. If you an atheist or worshiping,
what's that shit called? Agnostic.
Yeah, agnostic.
All that stuff.
I believe in a God, but we can't know it.
Yeah, man.
You know, that's a cop out.
Yeah.
You Jakes are famous for making your builder God. Mm-hmm. You create your God, man. My God is, you know, he loves everybody. He allowed me to smoke cigarettes, you know. I just pray over this shellfish. It's clean already.
Man, Jake is so full of shit. They got so many excuses, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, where it say that in the book? Oh, right here?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that was written by the white man.
Yeah, it's always another. We just brought it out earlier. It's always another excuse for our wickedness, man.
Yeah. Our Jake be disrespectful to the Most High every day, with no fear. You know, even these women, man.
That's blasphemy to say that.
These women, you know, they. What if God is a she? What if it's a her? You know.
Yeah.
The woman is God. You know.
Regina King from Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, man.
There's more. It says, and I will sanctify my great name, which is profaned among the heathen, which ye have profaned in the midst of them, and the heathen shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh, saith the Lord power, when I shall be sanctified in you before their eyes. For I will take you from among the heathen, and will gather you out of all countries, and will bring you into your own land. We all touched on the point, all the way down. Thus will I sprinkle ye shall be clean from all your filthiness, and from all your idols will I cleanse you.
Yeah, and that started with Yahweh Shai, man.
Yep.
He came and brought the baptism. You know, it started with John first.
Yep.
And then Yahweh Shai gave you the true spiritual baptism, man.
Yeah.
And now we're clean through the word, you know, which the Lord spoke.
That's right. Quickened through the word.
Quickened through the word, man. Go ahead.
It says, a new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you. Right, that's the future, right? It says, and I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you an heart of flesh.
Yep.
And
So we ain't gonna be rebellious. You know, we ain't. You know, Israel ain't gonna be bucking up against the men of the Lord, man. That's gonna be what's that? The second covenant.
Yep.
You know, we'll make the new covenant with the house of Judah and with the house of Israel.
We will say no more, know the Lord,
For all shall know me, from the least to the greatest.
Yep. We're going to teach the heathen to know the Lord.
Yep.
We're going to teach them with a rod of iron in our hand, in the scepter. It says, and I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them.
So he gonna program us
Yep.
to be perfect and
Perfectly righteous.
to be perfect, man. Go ahead.
It says, and ye shall dwell in the land that I gave to your fathers, and ye shall be my people, and I will be your power. I will also save you from all your uncleanness, and I will call for the corn, and will increase it, and lay no famine upon you.
No, basically, no more curses.
Yep. And I will multiply the fruit of the tree and the increase of the field, that ye shall receive no more reproach of famine among the heathen. That's like you said,
We're
right?
gonna have substance, man. All right. Hey, Jerusalem right now is I mean, that whole land right now is cursed because the devil is there, man. When we go back, Jerusalem in the land of Canaan, it's gonna go back to being fertile. It's gonna go back to, you know, being that land flowing with milk and honey, man. It's gonna be able to yield abundant crops and vegetables and fruit and herbs. Right now, they ain't growing nothing, man. They gotta get shit flowing in.
Yeah, trees, the soil,
Yeah, the kibbutz and all that.
sand, all of that.
The land is cursed right now because of the serpent. Okay, and that's a clue in itself to let you know that those are not the people, man. Go ahead, man.
Verse 31, then shall ye remember your own evil ways and your doings that were not good, and shall loathe yourselves in your own sight for your iniquities and for your abominations.
Man,
Yep.
so you gonna loathe yourself, man. You know? So that would have to mean that those legacies, we're still gonna know about it.
We're gonna go like that.
Hey,
we
just
said
like
now.
today, we talk about Judas Iscariot, how he betrayed the Lord.
Yep.
All right, this is over 2,000 years later.
Yep.
You know, we still read about his wicked. We still read about King Saul, and that was nearly 3,000 years ago. And those souls are still back. They just don't know who they are.
Rehoboam, Jeroboam,
Yeah,
being wicked, you know.
they just don't know who they are. If they were to know who they were in their past life, then they would feel that way. They like, oh man, like I'm.
Think of how we
You know?
feel. We be like, damn, I was a wicked ass nigga before this truth.
Yeah.
I was fucking up, you know. And you look at some of the iniquities that we were doing before we came into this truth. Look at yourself in disgust. You know, but that's part of that acknowledging your offenses, like it's talking about. But there's some out there that the 2/3 that don't come into the truth, that no matter what, they see the way like that. That was right. Fuck it. You only live once. I would have to try that shit. I have to do that. I have to, you know, that justify and make an excuse to be that wicked ass person. The Most High's got a sword purpose for you. That was pretty much the point. I think that was the verse of the point. I can keep reading.
And that leads to what's that? Daniel 12. And some shall awake to everlasting shame and contempt. You know. So when they come back, that's now you got to remember that, man. You're gonna have the men of the Lord. They're gonna be famous. They're gonna get the praise. You know, like the prophets, they all get praise for their works, man. Daniel in the lion's den, the 3 holy children, in the fiery furnace. You know, I mean, yeah, you could get it. You know?
Daniel 12:2. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt.
Yeah. You know, so basically you're gonna be destroyed. All right, that's gonna be your shame, and then you're gonna come back in your right mind, hating that you actually was a part of that, man. You know, they're like a lot of our women, the majority of them, they gonna be the most humble women ever, man. Because they gonna have to know all the evil that they did, you know, against the men. Feminism and you know, child support, all type of crazy shit, man. You set niggas up to get robbed and put to death. You know, draw men to depression. Men, you know, they get all
48 Jakes, right?
Yeah, man.
The snitches as well as those that committed crimes.
The women that yelled, "He rapes me," and he got a long ass sentence, man.
Yeah.
And it was proven he didn't do it. All that type of shit, man. That's enough to just be like, yeah, I was a piece of shit, man. I was nothing, man. I don't even deserve this, man.
They gonna like you said,
Show you, and that's to show you the level of mercy of the Most High, man. Okay. Hey, the Most High, His mercy is everlasting, man. The fact that we still gonna get the kingdom, even these wicked ass 2/3 grimy ass niggas, their souls are gonna come back and still get to enjoy the inheritance, man. Shit.
How merciful is that?
That's none of us have that kind of mercy.
the Most High could just save the elect and be done with you, the rest of the 2/3.
He could write you off like he gonna do Esau.
And make new spirits. You know?
He could, yeah.
He could.
He could have really gave you he could have really Obadiah 18 the 2/3 of you niggas.
Yeah.
Because he remembers his covenant, his word. You know, for he does it for his name's sake.
Yeah.
That he will not forsake his inheritance.
I will not keep my wrath forever.
He's still gonna give it to you, niggas, man. But you just gotta pay the price though.
Yeah.
You gotta get that second death, man. You're gonna get that special fire for your ass, man.
Like when Yahweh was going to destroy Israel, when he was on the Mount Sinai with Moses.
Yeah.
Moses reminded him of that covenant. You know, he said, you know, he was ready to destroy you niggas, man.
Yeah.
You niggas that was murmuring against Moses and Aaron.
Oh hell yeah.
You know,
He was ready to wipe y'all out
Yeah.
back then in the wilderness. Man.
Yep. Like, man, I'm through with these niggas, man. Wait. You said, and you know, like, you're right.
Yeah.
You know, it's damn.
You know, and you know how when somebody gets you,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
didn't you say this? Ah, fuck, you
Right.
You're right. Damn.
You got me on that. All right.
I was going.
I was going.
Right.
Woo,
And
motherfucker,
not let
man.
this one slide.
I was gonna let the fire and brimstone rain on y'all ass down there at the bottom of that mountain. That's that. But that's the ultimate unconditional love
Man,
that the Most High is showing
Hey, he
Israel.
got it for us. How come we can't have it for him?
Yeah, God.
What's wrong with you?
Like when you go through shit, you know, you catching hell. You know, that's the Most High showing you love. You know, it's not. You know, you love him. You know, Jake love the Most High when everything is going good, but when shit is going bad, you know, they turn their back on the Most High.
He just wants some faithfulness, man.
God.
I got something.
That's why he created 7,000 men who should not bow down their knee to the image of Baal, man. You know? That's why he created that remnant, the elect.
Deuteronomy 30, I'm going to start at the first verse. It says, and it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind all the nations whither the Lord Yahweh thy power hath driven thee, and shall return unto the Lord thy power, and shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children with all thine heart, with all thy soul, that then the Lord Yahweh thy power will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations whither the Lord Yahweh thy power hath scattered thee. Yep. If any of thine be driven out unto the outmost parts of heaven, from thence will the Lord Yahweh thy power gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. And the Lord thy power, Yahweh, will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good, and multiply thee above thy fathers.
Yep.
And the Lord Yahweh thy power will circumcise thine heart, and the heart of thy seed, to love the Lord Yahweh thy power with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live. And the Lord Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Yep. And
Go ahead.
and thou shalt return and obey the voice of the Lord, and do all his commandments which I command thee this day.
Yeah, so basically the Most High, really, we gotta hold the Most High to that.
Yeah.
We can hold him to that.
How do we do that? By doing our part.
Most High likes when we
turn it back to him?
we tell him, with the word, what he said.
Like even when you send up a prayer to him, like when you try to send up a prayer for something specific to him, and you can put the Most High on the spot. Like did not you say whatever I ask in your name, that will you give me? You can put that in your prayer, man. The Most High be like, he remember what I said, so hey, I'm gonna give it to him.
As well as when he said, what did he say? He said, basically when we call upon him, dang, how did it go? I'm trying to think how that script goes. Basically, when the men that pray to him be like, Lord, thou knowest the type of man that you made me. So now perform that work that cleans that iniquity up in me, to perform thy righteousness. A lot of like King David and him asked for stuff like that. That he knew our shortcomings, but hey, clean me up. Make me according to thy will.
That's right, man. We could close out. Let me get this last It's Jeremiah 14, verse 19. It says, "Hast thou utterly rejected Judah? Has thy soul loathed Zion?" And this is him complaining to the Most High. It says, "Why hast thou smitten us, and there is no healing for us? We look for peace, and there is no good, and for the time of healing, and behold, trouble. We acknowledge, O Lord, our wickedness, and the iniquity of our fathers, for we have sinned against thee. Do not abhor us for thy name's sake. Do not disgrace the throne."
That's asking him, like, hey, didn't you say?
"Do not disgrace the throne of thy glory. Remember, break not thy covenant with us." Hey, you can do that, man. You can hold the Most High to his word.
He appreciates that you cared enough to know about that.
Yeah, man.
Do it for your name's sake. You don't want to pollute your own name. Keep that good name about you and perform those works within us.
And it only matters to the Most High if you're holding your end of the bargain.
Right. If you still been a wicked ass dude.
Yeah, you can't try to cry out. Yeah, the Most High ain't hearing you niggas if you sending them prayers up after you got done smoking, a black or something. You just got done some pork, or you just smash some dude's woman. Well, now that prayer becomes a curse to you. All right. But outside of that, if you're doing the right thing, hey, the Lord, He hears the crying prayers of the humble. It pierces the clouds. Okay? So if all of Israel was to do that, then Esau would get dethroned right now. Okay? But the Most High has it to where, now 2/3 ain't gonna do it, man. So Esau gonna continue to be wicked and try to build himself up to the status of the Most High until finally, the sins reach to heaven, and the Most High remember and come down here and put a foot, sideways, knee deep. So, that's pretty much it. We're gonna wrap up. We're going to give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Ba'ashem Ruach
Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, the Shalom Walk of the Thumb, peace and blessings upon the tabernacle of David. We're going to say Shalom.